Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Texas Card House Live. My name is Derek. I'm joined tonight, of course, by Mitch tonight, the commentator over the final table of our 500K guaranteed mystery bounty tournament. We had about almost 1,000 entrants today, or total for the tournament, and a lot of big bounties, of course, up for grabs.
A couple have been hit, a couple of them still up for grabs, though. So it should be interesting. See what happens.
Yeah, we did get a word that the 50K did get hit earlier in the day, but we do have a list of the number of bounties left. We have one 25K, one 10K bounty, five $500 bounties, and two $2,500 bounties. So a lot of big money up for grabs.
Yeah. And here we're getting started in hand number one here.
And just, looking at the screen right now, I can already see quite a few regulars on the final table. I see Lego, I see Matt, I see Chris, a 2-5 regular here in our room. Matt plays a lot of our tournaments as well. And seat 7, Chris, plays a lot of tournaments here and 2-5 regular as well. It's great to see him on this big final table.
Is that Mo there in seat 9, back-to-back weeks here? Last week wasn't he Mo Money?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
Looking like Mazeroski? No?
Not at all.
I thought it was.
No, she's going to throw to there.
So you can, if I miss, then just push him to
Oh, it is? Oh, wow.
I thought it was.
Yeah,
Well, I see, he was in the 1 seat last week. He's in the 9 seat, maybe.
So, I thought you were talking about the 1 seat.
Nah.
Oh, okay, that's what. Okay,
yeah,
that
the
makes
9.
sense.
Yeah, the 9.
I'm sorry, I misheard you. Man, that's crazy. So, final table, the PLO tournament. No, not the PLO tournament.
It was the
$500 million guaranteed, yes. And then final table's another big tournament here. Wow, what a crusher.
Lego here with Ace Queen. I was hanging out with Lego down. Him and I went to Houston. We had a good time. Wasn't exactly how it was planned out, but we still had a great time. Caught the Red Sox. His Astros beat my Red Sox, but let's see what he could do with this Ace Queen. He's going to raise it up to 165. Stu, who is a semi-regular here. Good to see him on the final table. And Stu's going to make the call. Wow, look at this. Look at this. Stu going to flop 2 pair. Lego flopping top, Derek. This could be troublesome here. Stu knows Lego's got a piece of it, but how big of a piece he doesn't know.
I see some raising chips there. 430,000 now. Lego here with top pair, top kicker. It's going to be tough to let this go.
All in and the call. Quick call there. Lego's going to need some help here.
Big shove here from Lego. Will get snap called by Stu, of course, with the top 2 pair. Going to need to find an ace.
Wow, boating up.
That's a full house there for Stu, and that's a quick final table there, unfortunately, for Lego. They're going to do a count here real quick, and I think that's going to be it for Lego.
Wow.
Second hand of the final table will take home a decent payday there, and whatever bounties he did manage to collect. Let's take a look at the final payouts here for the final table. 9th place, guaranteed $5,025 there, headed towards Lego. Each player now guaranteed $7,190, and we got a top prize tonight of $53,680. Of course, keep in mind about $198,800 was taken out of the total prize before the bounties. So a lot of money up there for bounties. And if you're just now joining us, you have to hear what bounties are left on our final table. We have one 25K bounty, one 10K bounty, 5 $500 bounties, and two $2,500 bounties. So essentially, you could get first place money without getting first place here if you hit several of these big bounties.
Well, hand number 2 there, Derek, and Lego is gone. I'm sure he's a little disappointed. One of the better tournament players in the area. And that was just a tough one to get away from there. Congratulations going out to Lego. Making a final table yet again. I did talk to him a little bit. He does plan on coming back for the main event, as I'm sure If not everybody, most of these guys do plan on coming back.
And those of y'all that are, oh, go ahead.
We have an issue here?
It's 4080.
He says we're still 4080.
Yeah,
It was 4080 when we started.
Guess there's some questions on what the current blind level it is for some reason. But yeah, we have a lot of fun characters on our final table here if you're just now joining us. And if you are unaware of what the chip denominations are, I'll go ahead and let y'all know. The white chips are worth 5,000. The blue chips are worth 25,000. The red chips are worth 100,000. And those kind of lemony, light yellow colored chips are worth 500,000.
Matty D with a ace and mystery card.
Folded under the gun, and I think there were some issues.
You can draw whatever you want.
No, he can do whatever he wants. Yeah. He just fucked.
Blinds are still 48.
No.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, 160.
Right here. Let's go to the camera after.
You big blind, bro.
And there you see in the background, he's going to, Stu's going to get reach in and grab his bounty.
Yeah, let's kind of listen in and see what Stu draws here.
Now, is he obligated to open up right then and there, Derek?
I think for the stream purposes, they are requiring them to do so.
I dig it. I like it.
400.
Oh, excuse me. So the smallest bounty is worth 400. So that's one less $400 bounty in the pool. So we got 4 left of those, and the rest are kind of considered big money, I'd say, right? With 2 2500s, there is now a 50-50 chance of drawing a big money one and a $400 one.
I like
at
it.
this point.
I like it. Uh-oh. Stu with the button and ace king and a bounty already in 4 hands.
Not yet.
Of course, the biggest guaranteed money is just getting first place on this final table. But, you know, of course, if you have the chips to burn, I mean, you're going to try to go for some bounties.
Lego there in the chat there. He's a little upset, looks like.
Same gut shot here for Matty D. Stu Q.
Looking for a 9 or an 8.
It's not hard here. Like, jumping 30K like
Gonna get a bet and a call. Not the best river card there for Matty D to continue his bluff, and he will check give up. Stu Q here, we're winning the pot here with Ace King high, and Stu Q running hot so far on this final table, up to 6.4 million.
Lego there explaining what happened to him right before the final table. It's a tough break. You play well, you get down to the final table, and ace queen.
That is a very frustrating turn of events there, unfortunately, for Lego there.
I want to come in Sprite, but
Ultra Doseki.
it's fine. I just
Said Ultra Doseki.
So Stu here started kind of middle of the pack on the final table. Now I think the chip leader.
they don't have liquor.
Looks like Chris and Derek, cool name, Derek in the 1 seat there, started pretty close in chips with, as you know, over 5 million.
They don't have liquor.
But Mo's going to raise it up here with ace queen. I was watching right before the final table. I was watching Derek and Mo. I'll tell you about a hand they had. The whole table, the whole room heard about this table, this hand between these two. Actually, it was actually 3 people in the hand, and I'll get to it here shortly after this hand.
Oh, here starting the hand with, you know, just over 30 big blinds. This is a pretty strong play here from Birdie. You know, 3 betting and under the gun open. Mo's got to be a little bit wary here. I do like just the call here, just based on position and relative hand strength here. And wow, what a flop there for
Wow.
birdie, pair
Wow.
and a flush draw. Mo
Wow.
with just an over, 2 overs. Massive lead here for birdie.
And Mo will lay it down. I got to tell you, coming into the final table, Mo should have easily been a chip leader. He got it all in against Birdie here and another guy. He had queens. The other two guys had ace 10, ace something. They ran it out. A 5 on the river, giving the other two guys a straight. Mo had them both covered. He could have knocked them both out. But Birdie made the final table with Mo. So they have some slight history, you know. I'm sure they both remember the whole room remembers that hand.
Just wait till the second card. That's all.
See a lot of fans here for Kyle, aka Birdie here on the final table. Stu here continuing to get strong holdings with the chip stack as well. It's a dangerous combination. Mo here can defend the big blind with the 7-6.
It's better late than never, right? Better late than never? Is that a thing?
Still hit the king. Mo's going to hit the 7.
He told me he's going to meet me here at 8.
Big bet here from Stu.
And he'll take it down. See, we got Brittany back in the box again tonight, Derek.
She's a very good dealer here and very familiar with how our streams work. So I think the reason why we keep getting here on our final tables time and time again.
Was it? Okay, I looked at it. Yeah, it wasn't Birdie.
Derek and another guy, I guess.
Yeah, the guy in seat, Derek in seat 1. Not Birdie. Thank you, Lego. He was a spectator at the table. He was watching. Well, with the small blind and 7-4 suited. Yes, Derek and Mo got into it.
This would be a good spot for Derek to actually just shove here. Kind of just shut down all of Mo's equity. You have a good coverage on his stack. Small blind versus big blind here. Mo could be just raising any 2 right now. Ace jack off. Kind of hard time to play post flop. Let's go for the 3-bet.
And he'll take it down.
Yeah, the only reason why I prefer shoving that spot over, just say a call or a 3-bet, and the hands that Mo's just never folding, like pocket 8s, pocket 9s. You're in a massive flip with, and obviously if you hit your ace or jack on the flop, you're hardly ever going to get more money out of that particular holding. But going all in pre-flop ensures that you're going to get the maximum against those holdings that would never fold pre-flop.
Well, I was going to tell you this. A player at the table did get the $50,000 bounty.
Seat 2 got it.
Yeah,
oh, wow. So Seat 2 is coming onto the final table with first place money.
Yeah, and it wasn't the only bounty he got.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think like 3 or 4, I think.
Yeah, or just keep them in order on there when you're perfect. But don't like pull them too fast.
Yeah, he's on free roll. I mean, he's like free rolling this whole tournament right now. I mean, you could start. I mean, that's the player I'd be most scared about. He has nothing to lose.
he is without a doubt the most comfortable player at the table right now.
Yeah, he's like, I already have a 50K locked. Oh, 59,000 locked up.
Yeah. So he's
The old lady gets to-
And like I say, more than that because I think he's got 3 other bounties, 2 or 3 other than that.
Like, I haven't
What a
seen his
flop
ears
there for
Wow.
Chris.
years.
And they'll probably look good on TV. You might want to put it.
Yeah, bro. Hey, you been
Flopping
ready
the second nuts here.
You been ready for
Brad
it.
with an open ender of his own.
Hey, I think you might
One to the
Last
to the
thing,
higher straight, and
Yeah.
the other to.
and, oh, and he gets
Oh
there.
my gosh!
He gets there. I was going to say the worst thing you could see was an 8.
I really miss my headphones.
Best thing you could see is a king, and there it is.
What a terrible run out there for Chris's
Well,
holding.
this might be able to save Chris with the board pairing there on the river. He might be able to get away from it.
Yeah, I mean, you lose to any ace, ace queen, ace jack,
Yeah.
ace 10. So, I mean, even a small bet here, I think Chris has the discipline to fold. Gonna go pretty large relative to the board texture. Oh wow, and he just
They make
snap
the
calls
call.
it.
Does show the ace.
Just snap calls it, giving Brad credit for some, you know, either some thinner value bets or you know, either a bluff or the same straight. As you can see here, the final table quite deep here. Shaquille here in the 3 seat with the shortest stack right now. Everyone else is probably waiting for him to bust before they get a little more frisky with how they play. Got 255 of y'all joining us here this Sunday evening. Thanks y'all for tuning in late here. This is looking like it'd be another late night for us, Mitch.
Yeah.
Man, Thursday night was really long. Man, it was
I'm expecting the same thing. I actually went home. I actually went home before I came here. The guys over Las Colinas, table 25, John and crew, gave me a hard time. Told me I needed to go home and shave. So, just to let you guys know, I went home and shaved. If you're listening, they say they're gonna be listening. So, I saw Emily. She wasn't feeling very well. Emily, I hope you're feeling better. She says she's going to try and watch if she doesn't fall asleep. So if she's watching, she's probably watching now, but she won't hang in there too long. Not much of anything.
with only about 10 big blinds to start the hand pre-flop. I would like to see a shove there from Shaquille with that holding. Obviously, you're not loving that shove, but you get hands like what Derek exactly has to fold pre-flop. And yeah, I mean, you can't really navigate post-flop with a hand like that on many board textures.
Well, there's Emily there.
Hey, well, how's it going, Emily? Hope you're feeling well.
She's pointing that. She's
Yep.
like,
Thank you for tuning in, Emily. Hope you're feeling better.
don't forget to hit the like button, Emily. Which reminds me, I got to go hit it myself.
Saeed in the chat says, let's go Mo, back-to-back final tables. Yeah, that's actually pretty sick
Yeah.
to see, someone make final table appearances twice within the same series.
Uh-oh.
Birdie here with the birds. First bird sighting of the night by Birdie, nonetheless. We'll raise it up. This would be a bad spot for one of the shorter stacks to wake up with a hand.
I just hit the like button, Derek.
Man, white chip leader. Boy gave me 80K in white. He got something for you. Y'all want to steal a big line here? Handle all these little ones.
Mitchell in the chat, how's it going?
Give him 80K in white.
We are now down to our final 8 players. Unfortunately, Lego did get busted out quite early in our final table. Hand number 11 now.
Chris, do yours.
Yeah, I'll add up, bro.
Again. Turn it back up.
Yeah, yours too, yeah. Yeah. You gotta figure it out.
Brad, going to look down at a 10 jack offsuit here, the button, right? And Brad's going to take it down. Oh, he lost it to Bud.
Shaquille in the danger zone now. Only now has 9 big blinds. And pretty much no fold equity against any of the players.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's pretty much going to be pretty tempted to call with how short his stack is. Especially with bounties on the line too. You know, that's the most dangerous part about being too short on this final table. I mean, everyone's just kind of licking their chops to get that 25K, 10K bounty.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know. And he's got a couple of picture cards here. I mean, he's got to go all in here, right?
Yeah, he has to shove here, but he knows he's going to get called by everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
And I mean, there it is.
I mean,
you can't be kidding.
Birdie is just like.
So he's going to try and figure out what he wants to do. He still has Matty behind him here.
He has. And
Matty's not going to play, so here it is.
Yeah, he has the bounty in sight right now. Unfortunate spot here for Shaquille to run into.
I mean, stranger things
Kings.
Been known to happen, but
absolutely, but it's not looking good.
Yeah, I mean,
make him sweat, Diller. Let's get a 10-8-3. 10-8-3.
Two spades okay?
No, look. Hey, 10-8-3.
No sweat.
10-8-3 is fair. 10-8-3 is fair.
Just a couple of new things to come, just 9-6.
No, I think it's some of the burn cards.
Yeah, I know.
Or some of the
muck cards.
Yeah, the mucked.
10-8-3, 2 spades.
Who are y'all rooting for?
No, I just want you to sweat. We don't
All right,
we
well,
want you to. We just want to sweat.
Shaquille and Birdie heads up here. We'll go to the flop. They've got to straighten it out, and a jack does come on the flop.
Okay, there's some hope there for Shaquille. Could hit some running straight cards.
Yeah.
Kind of wants Birdie to hit a king now. Or kind of gives him the same outs, I guess. I know once would rather hit a queen or a jack, excuse me, but.
But now he's looking for a queen or a jack. There's only 3 left in the deck. A queen or a jack to the river. Well, it's a king.
Hey, I seen the paper.
And that will be the night for Shaquille taking home 8th place money. Did manage to get 1 ladder up with a short stack. Taking home 8th place money of $7,190. 7th place, or all these players now guaranteed $9,420. And we're almost to the 5-figure score mark.
I know you better than that.
Starts around 6th place.
Just remember, 400.
Unfortunately for Shaquille, he came in a little short stack, didn't get really much to play with. Didn't get a chance to show his stuff, Derek. You know, but I'm sure he made the final table.
He had to have played well throughout the whole day 1, whole day 2 to make his final table. So obviously GG's to Shaquille. And, you know, I'm kind of excited to see what Birdie draws for his mystery bounty.
I'm very excited.
And just a reminder to our viewers, there are 4 $400 bounties left, 2 $2,500 bounties left, 1 10K and 1 25K. And, you know, they kind of did a cool thing with the 10K bounty. They reserved 1 10K bounty for the final table.
Oh, I like it.
To guarantee that there was 1 big bounty left, which, you know, I think that's really good because we've never done that when we've done our mystery bounties. And there was some, I think the 3 times we've done the mystery bounty, twice we went to the final table with no big bounties left. So it's kind of like what are we actually playing? Like, the bounties don't even matter anymore. But
yeah, that was my idea.
Great idea, Mitch.
I would love to take credit for that, but unfortunately, that would be a lie. Whoever came up with it was a great idea.
Victoria Vandegrift in the chest says, someday I will make it to the final table. It was a rough day. I mean, it was a rough day for 980 other players to not make day 2, to not make the final table. So you're in, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, we always say the only person that's actually happy in a tournament is first place. So, well, I guess that's it's different in bounty tournaments, right? Because I'm sure seed 2 is quite happy.
I don't know. I would love to make the final table.
Yeah, I would be pretty happy.
I would love to make the final table there. You know, I'm surprised you haven't asked me how I did in the seniors event.
No, I did.
You did?
Yeah, when you came by and checked on me the other day.
Oh, I'm talking, you know, here on the street.
Oh. How did you end up doing on,
Yeah.
on the seniors event, Mitch?
Yeah.
Not well, I presume.
I made it to level 7.
I mean, but hey, shout out to one of our regular viewers on the stream, Bill Burford. Actually took that event down.
Yeah, I actually went back and to the room right when he was cashing out, and called him at the window and congratulated him.
With 7 left at swap, and we both haven't had a goal. How bad are we?
We draw real.
Yeah, Lego says he had a great day.
At least I'm still here.
Yeah,
Birdie with the ace king, Stu with a couple of 4s here.
With both of us still here with 7 left.
Just saw an ace get thrown away.
4. Yeah.
So we're 0 for 9.
We're 0 for 9 with 24 left.
425.
Well, no, it was more.
Thought that might be a little too steep for Stu. He was thinking about it. He thought it might have been a little too steep. What makes the call?
4 4s and 2,000. You guys are due.
With like 30 tickets, we had 10 blanks.
Stu's 4s are still good, but
I got
Birdie
2,000.
needs a 10 for a straight. A couple overcards.
I got 6 slips.
Yeah.
He might continue bet here. And I don't think Stu can make the call now. He'll throw it away.
He's like, oh, I can just buy it. And
All right, blinds are up 51-1.
Blinds are now up now. 50, 100K, 100K.
Right on me.
And number 15 here at Texas Courthouse in Dallas.
We did have kind of a nice uptick of viewership, up to 313 viewers now, joining us here the last minute of this Sunday evening, and now into the early morning of Monday morning.
Well, thank you all for tuning in, checking it out.
You know, with all the chatter on the final table, it seems like a lot of these players do know each other. I feel like Derek and Kyle and Matt all know each other quite well.
Well, Matty and Chris, you know, they know each other.
For sure.
Matty, a big Green Bay Packer fan.
225.
I have yet to, oh, well, he's got a nice little hand here. I have yet to tell Matt my Green Bay Packer, my Lambeau Field story. He'd love it. I'm not going to get into it tonight, though. It's a long story.
I'd like to see a shove here from Mo.
And there it is.
You know, while you still have a relatively good stack to have some fold equity in, you know, you don't want to put yourself in a position where you shove that hand, and you know, your opponent's kind of priced in the call with any 2 that they would have raised with. So, like the decision to shove there, just calling. You know, kind of dangerous sometimes. You know, it's hard to navigate if you just completely whiff the flop with that short of a stack. When you typically want to see all 5 cards of the holding like that.
You know, Derek, a lot of times I pay attention to what you're saying. you know I was going to bring it up. But I spent some time in Houston with Lego, and he told me to listen to you more than I do. He says, well, just listen. Derek told you what to do. So yeah, I just want to let you know. And Lego, you could confirm. He's listening. He's chatting. So maybe I should listen to you more than I already do.
I hope you all had a good time in Houston. You know, obviously rooting for different teams.
Yeah,
but
his team won.
Oh, that's.
But you know, anytime
I mean, home team advantage.
You know, anytime you're at the ball game, as far as I'm concerned, anytime you're at the ballpark, it's a great time. I love the ballpark.
Well, you know, to keep it fair, I mean, you need to take into a game
at Fenway.
At Fenway, you know.
I'd go to Fenway with anybody, but I'd love to go to Fenway with Lego.
Well, you know, because each team, you need to give each team a chance to play at their home field. You know, I mean, it's.
Yeah, I don't know if Lego's even been to Fenway.
At this point, it's don't.
2 totally different ballparks. Oh, he's He's just not getting home.
You know, I bet you he had his phone connected on his Apple Play or whatever, just listening to us in the background. So I appreciate you for tuning in. I know some people like to treat it kind of like a podcast sometimes. Like they don't really watch it; they just kind of listen to it in the background. So for those of y'all just tuning in for the audio portion, welcome.
Matty D here with the 2 picture cards.
Derek on the button with a pretty hand here. Ace 4 of spades. Could go for 2 options here. Could raise, could just call.
Going to call.
I kind of like to lean towards just the calling around just because it's such a strong hand. And you hate to get rejammed on and hate to fold that hand pre-flop. But
Nice little flop for Matty D there.
yeah, top pair. One of those spots where you're never really going to fold this hand. Oh, wait. Oh. Oh, never mind. Okay. Wait.
Okay.
So pair for Derek, actually. Has bottom pair. Pair nonetheless. Still beating hands like king high and ace high holdings. So I don't imagine he's going to fold just yet. Also has backdoor spades, just in case.
Trying to fanboy, but can't even stream plan started.
And that is a great card there for Derek.
He's got 2 pair there.
Stream hasn't started?
30 minutes late.
Oh, 30 minutes.
It's getting close. We had like 25 minutes left. 25.
I'm still waiting 30 minutes to start from the beginning.
We'll see us 30 minutes. And 30 minutes from now, they go back in time.
Big bet from Derek on the turn, which I like because a lot of Matty D's range is going to contain a lot of ace X holdings. So if for some reason Matty did kind of try to want to play the turn a little tricky or low deceitful, it kind of puts those hands in a tough spot. I mean, they can never fold, but they're not loving it. But Derek does take the pot down.
Yeah, Lego said I spent the entire game with Emily, and I did. That was not how we planned it. I wanted to sit there and talk baseball with Lego, but it turns out it didn't happen that way. We did hang out after the game, which was kind of nice. But yeah, Fenway, Lego. I'm always up to go to Fenway. I will be headed back to the East Coast in October. Emily and I will be going. We will be going back. Well, it'll be middle of October, and I kind of get the feeling there won't be any baseball in Fenway. The middle of October. That's usually when the playoffs are going on.
You're not giving your team enough credit there.
Well, they're almost mathematically out of it now, I think.
Crazier things have happened.
Yeah, but we do have plans, and it was Emily's idea, not mine. Emily's idea to go to Cooperstown, so that's where we're going on a week vacation, and that's where it's going to end. I'm going to go check out D.C., Philly, New York.
I think you mentioned this a few times ago. Yeah, you should definitely check out those museums.
Yeah. Well, I've been there
on the turn here for birdie.
It's mostly for Emily, but I mean the only place that compares to Fenway is Cooperstown.
Check call from Stu Q, and then he leads the turn. Very interesting play here from Stu. What a turn card there for birdie. Just bets the flop with queen high and binks it. Got Stassi here in the chat, one of our dual raid supervisors over at Las Colinas tuning in. I don't think I've ever seen her tune in, actually, so welcome her to the chat.
Well, I keep talking to her, asking her, to check us out once in a while, and glad to see she finally did.
Thank you so much, Stassi, tuning in to see who made the final table. Great job, guys. Thank you again, Stassi. I appreciate all you do over at TCH Social. Chris, under the gun here.
Yeah, she does an excellent job. Everybody over there does an excellent job.
Good like he will continue with the standard raise size, 225, 250K. Matty D here has a shovelable hand. But we'll elect for the lower variance route. Calling, I imagine, looking to fade an ace or queen on the flop and maybe just shoving, or ace or king on the flop. Or not shoving, but, you know, at least continuing on the flop.
Well, he's going to check. And these two know each other pretty well.
I think, you know, if you're going to give your opponent some credit for some ace high or king high hands, you do have to call the flop at least once and see what develops on the turn. Not a good card from Chris. Really good card for Matt, actually.
Wow. Wow, Matty getting the flush there.
You know,
but is it good enough?
It's an interesting river card, though, right? Because Chris could have all of the
if Chris
ace of hearts, all the king of hearts.
Can Chris get Matty to throw this 7 away, you think?
If he shoves, I mean, you obviously it's
He's
tough, but yeah.
Yeah.
Chris thought about it there for a second,
Yeah,
but obviously you'd just be burning chips, right, if your opponent had a heart. So it's just, it doesn't really make any sense to turn that hand into a bluff. That particular hole into a bluff.
Bill there from the seniors champ. I know, right?
Yeah, there he is.
Matty not wearing Green Bay Packer gear, right?
Yeah, we joke around and always called him like Aaron Rodgers, right? Anytime he came in.
I mean, this close to the football season, and he's not wearing Packers gear. What the hell's going on?
Lucky Slots in the chat says TCH Social Chicken Fingers are money, FYI. Well, they're actually chicken tenders.
Yes.
There's a big difference between chicken fingers and chicken tenders. Wouldn't you say, Mitch?
I mean, the one's bigger, right? The bigger?
So, I mean, typically chicken fingers is just like minced up white meat, and they just form it into like a paste and then fry it into a finger shape.
Okay.
Chicken tenders, they actually use the chicken tenderloins. And like that's just a full-on chicken tenderloin. And
yeah, that's what I like. I like chicken tenders.
Abercrombie. George Norman.
Obviously, I knew what you meant, Lucky Slots, but So We Can Smoke Barbecue here says everyone on this final table.
Look at this flop. Look at this flop for Chris.
Chris here flopping in another straight, and just,
wow.
He's like, please just no heart on the turn. Like I can only flop the nuts so many times, and you know, unfortunate for him, he's not going to get any action on this flop. Unless Derek thinks he can float with the king high and still be good. This would be one of the worst beats on the stream if somehow Derek found a way to win this hand.
It's working out.
What does it have to go? What, 7-10 or 7-9? that'd be a better straight.
These guys come to rail me. They can't even keep my drink full.
Yeah, this is a good point too. Those chicken tenders are quite large. They must.
I'm telling you.
They're feeding them something.
I tell you, I know you got here kind of late, Derek. Did you walk around the room out here today?
I just came straight to the.
Dude, the stars are out tonight. We got a lot out here playing a tournament. We got like 3 tournaments going on out here, not just this final table. Lod's out there crushing skulls as always.
Yeah, we had the the single day 100K event, and then you know, because of the power outage at Las Colinas, they brought the Limit 08 tournament over here as well.
You got Tejas. You know, Tejas isn't here, but he's in the building. He's at the final table with the PLO, the 8. What is it?
Just Limit 08. I don't know. I didn't really.
Yeah, I came in. He was at him and JP. JP's out there. He's at the final table, I believe. We got Dory and Jim. Coyle, they're out there tonight.
I did play a tournament yesterday, but unfortunately I didn't do well on that. It did bust out about an hour after registration ended, but I had a good time. It was a really fun tournament. The triple draw.
Yeah, I saw you over there with who did win that?
The player did not know, but Rebecca actually got second.
Yeah, she got second.
Yeah, that's a really fun tournament, but high variance to say the least. But in any kind of limit triple draw game or limit draw game.
Yeah, I dealt it a little bit. I didn't deal to you yesterday. I dealt it a little bit. It's fun.
And Derek will decide to defend here with the Jack-9 of hearts. Chris here in the lead with the Ace-Queen, but Derek with live cards. It will come King-9-3. Second pair for Derek.
Hitting a 9.
The announcer's drawing us out. That's why I'm kind of mumbling.
Chris here with the range advantage, though. Could have all the kings, the aces, the queens.
Mitch is back there telling jokes on his own, I bet.
Wouldn't be, you know, unreasonable for Derek just to fold, but obviously, anytime you hit a pair, it's tough to do in no limit hold'em. So I'm totally fine with just the call here. 10 on the turn, really shouldn't change too much. Gives Chris a little more courage to continue with his semi-bluff on the turn. Bluff with equity, as they call it. If he fires pretty big here, it's going to be really tough for Derek to make this call again. I mean, he could have all of the kings. He could have all of the queens, ace, king, aces. Derek, though, could have the queen jacks, so if he wants to turn his hand into a bluff, this would be the time to do it. And it would put any kind of one-pair holding in a really miserable spot.
See Stassi staying with the stream a little bit. She's not just popping in to say hi. She's watching a little bit. Chris will take that down.
Okay, so the I guess mixed limit 08 tournament contained the games PLO 5-card high-low, PLO 4-card high-low, and limit 4-card high-low. So all the high-low variants.
Yeah.
Very fun. Yeah, very fun.
No, that's my boy. Don't ever, hey, don't try to ever compare me to that dude.
Back-to-back final table streams, guys. You lock in and you got it. Appreciate it, Stassi.
No,
I didn't see Kimmy and Hayden out there. Oh, they could be. You know, with all the stars out there in this room, jam-packed tonight. Hell, I was lucky to get a little bit of cash in.
Bill Burford with a question here. Any plans for PokerAtlas to make this kind of series a regular thing at TCH? Twice a year would be great. Very well-run tournaments. That's some great feedback there from our, you know, I have to keep, you know, hitting it, you know, hitting on the hammer here. Our seniors event champion, Bill Burford here, making a comment in the chat.
Thanks. I'm going to point out that Mo's got pocket kings, and he's going to go smooth call here. Yeah. Now he's a little handcuffed with the ace coming on, but still checking with the kings. Is that right?
Yeah, it looks like
Mo trying a little something different.
I think he kind of was he trying to trap pre-flop?
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm assuming he's trying to do here, because this is not Mo-like play.
Yeah, at this point here,
Trying to change things up a little bit.
Yeah, you check twice from your opponent. You can definitely go for some value on this river card.
And Derek's not biting. He'll fold. Mo will take it down.
He was really hoping Derek would just shove on him.
Yeah, he was. I mean, you know, he had a plan. I have no doubt Mo had a plan with those kings. I don't know if it. I don't think it quite worked out the way he wanted it to, but he took the pot down.
Got a question here in chat. What's up with the power at TCH? Social seems to go out often. From my understanding, and I heard this from a dealer, I don't know if it's actually true. I heard there was a fire nearby that caused this power outage.
I mean, this time I don't know, but I think it's like rolling outages, blackouts.
Yeah, no, I heard it was a fire nearby. So.
The rest of the time I'm here.
Well, it's back up and running now, right?
I believe so.
Lego says Hayden ran deep. He posted like 25th. It's like cash, right? 25th cashed. I saw Kimmy over at TCH Social earlier today. I didn't get an opportunity to deal to her though. We're going to flop a gut shot here.
You might pass out before it's
He's going to lead out at it.
No, that ain't happening, bro.
And Brad,
Dude,
who's
ain't no passing out.
very relaxed at the moment.
Them tacos got me right.
gonna be like a negotiation in Russia. Shot down.
Bro, what are they pounding? What is this pounding noise? What? Somebody's getting beat up in the back.
Looks like we're getting a report that there was a fire at the power station
From Bambi,
in Irving.
Well, that makes a lot of sense,
Well,
and I hope there's no one that got hurt.
Did power go out like in the whole neighborhood?
It must have. I mean, if it hit a substation. Chase Breaker in the chat, another tournament champion here in the. I believe he won the. We had a mystery bounty. It was kind of a smaller one during Easter that one time. Remember, it was like a mini mystery bounty tournament. But he won the first major one. So.
Manny going to raise it up to 250 with King Queen here. I don't think Brad's going to make the call, even though his 7-4 suited. Stu, who's been quiet the last 10 hands or so, came out like gangbusters, sending Lego home. He's got a couple of sixes. And he's going to check before the flop even comes out.
Debut in Ireland.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
Now with the board paired here, Derek, if you're Stu, it's easier to make the call, right? Because the board's paired, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. It makes it much less likely that your opponent, could have a 10.
Now they're both holding the club here. 5 of clubs on the turn.
Nice aggression here from Matty D. Probably feels like it's tough for his opponent to have a flush in the spot, having the king of clubs. So maybe feels like he has a lot of outs in the spot. Any club, any jack, any king, any queen. Unless his opponent obviously has a 10, that'd be the worst case scenario. But obviously having 2 10s on the board really makes it tough for Stu to have a 10.
Seeing how Stu looks like he's in pain here.
Yeah, I mean, he probably feels like he's either up against a made hand or a hand that has a lot of outs, and it's going to be really tough to navigate the river. I think regardless of what came on the river, Matty was probably going all in, considering how much he put into the pot already. Nice play by Matty D up to 32 big blinds now. Mo, shortest stack on the final table. Chris, Derek, and Birdie, and Stu actually don't forget about Brad as well. All the decent chip stacks.
Well, Mo's sitting in, but you can't count Mo out. This guy.
At 24 big blind is nothing to sneeze at. Plenty of chips to work with.
I've been watching this guy the last week and this week. It's no accident he made it to the final table.
It's no fluke for sure. Yeah.
This young man knows what he's doing, and just because he's sitting in last place in chips, that doesn't mean anything to me. He doesn't look worried. He doesn't look panicked, does he?
Get your ass back over here. They can line up and play. He's gonna win because 3 rounds because I hung over and texted right here. 3 rounds?
3 hands.
Yeah, that's a little bit closer.
No,
Because it's me, bro.
So it's like, if that guy shows up, Costa has a beast, man.
They're probably saving you money. How does he play?
I think
His takedown defense is really high. It's like close to, I think his takedown defense is over 90%.
Birdie will just raise and take it down. That's a great question, Chase. Asking, did Birdie pull his bounty? If so, how much? I don't think he has. I mean, I think we would have seen it.
Yeah. Very good question. Now that I think back on him.
I don't think he has. I mean, unless we just completely missed it. I mean, we haven't really turned off we haven't really looked away from the screen.
We're not used to bounties, so we weren't watching.
Yeah, I don't think he did. And a great point.
Can we get John or Tyler, anybody over there, know if? I mean, we didn't see it, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen. Well, we got a hand brewing here. be a good time for Mo to go all in right here, I think. And there it is.
You got one more.
This is the second one.
Derek wasn't at his seat. He would have had ace jack of clubs there.
That would have been tough to get away from with
That
the
would have
bounties
been
in
that would
play.
have been interesting to see what happened right there.
I think he would have made the call, actually, just given how
I'm grabbing your wire here.
with the bounties in play and everything.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think he'd have made the call.
You know, considering that Mo could be just shoving, you know, any pairs as well,
Yeah.
10s, 9s, 8s. Having an ace makes it less likely he could have ace king.
Yeah, I never been.
Looks like we have someone here wondering about the payouts here. We do have quite a few more people in the chat, and I'll go ahead and pull up on the screen. We're down to our final 7 players, so everyone on this table guaranteed $9,420.
Look at first place there, 53.
Yeah, 53,000.
And if you look to the left here of the screen, there's a little less than 200,000 paid out just in bounties.
So
And let them know as we get back to the hand.
Seat 2 here, as we see here on the screen, just folding, actually pulled the $50,000 bounty. His name is Brad.
But we have some, we still have some good sized bounties for those of you who still tuning in. What we got there, Derek?
Looks like we have 4 $400 bounties, 2 $2,500 bounties, 1 $10,000. That's right, 10,000.
Oh, but wait, there's a bigger one.
And then 1 $25,000 bounty left. Somehow the $25,000 bounty made it to the final table,
You gotta love it.
which is great for our stream here.
It yeah, it makes the play a lot more interesting.
I was not trying to. Was it 40? Was it 40?
Even though it wasn't legal.
Sorry,
It should
a
be
little
on.
bit before 11. Oh, so you're asking, right?
So, you know, there is probably some kind of strategy
He's probably on.
at this point, just because it's a 50-50 shot in the drawing a big bounty. I'm wondering if Derek is, or not Derek, Birdie, you know, he's like saying, maybe if I knock another player, then I start collecting some bounties.
Right.
Maybe if someone else knocks out another player, he's going to elect to draw before them, you know, or do you risk letting them draw before? I mean, I think you have to draw before them, right? Because the fact that there is a 25K bounty left in there.
So you don't have to draw right when
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Birdie with the tens.
He's watching this like 3 hours.
I'm wondering if that's what he's waiting for. Like, if someone else gets a bounty, then he's like, all right, no, I'll go first before you.
Yeah.
Like, but then if he gets another bounty, he's like, all right, then I don't have to worry about anyone else just
Yeah.
yet. You know?
So he could
He just start collecting bounties and then
Wow.
draw multiple at the same time to get 2 tries at it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there is some strategy. I know it's kind of nerdy to think about,
Well,
but
you know.
but like if someone else gets a bounty, like,
Yeah.
no, I'll go first because I want the chance to get it before you.
Yeah. Interesting.
That's how I would do it, at least.
Interesting. You put somebody on tilt that way too.
Absolutely.
Wow.
So, like,
Maybe Lego's right. Maybe I do need to listen to you more. Pay,
well,
pay
no, I mean,
closer
that's how I'm
attention.
thinking about it, right? Like, so say someone else gets a bounty, then it's like, no, I got mine first. Or, like, you see someone about to get knocked out, that's when I would start walking out to do the draw.
Yeah.
Now, if I knock someone else out, then it's like, all right, then I'll keep waiting because I have two
I've
shots
got
at
two.
it. Yeah.
Wow.
So weird. My first round.
I like it.
That's why I pulled back.
I do need to listen to you more. Brad gonna look down at Ace Queen here, the coolest cat at the table.
Apparently, Derek was in a seat a lot. He was busy drinking and, I guess, taking cigarette breaks.
Yeah.
Now they give me 3 hands, I'm gonna take 5.
Attaboy.
Act like I care.
Well, it's only 4 if you need to go to the bathroom.
I'm used to getting it. Don't worry, I'm used to it. Everywhere I go, this happens. They can do what they gotta do. And they ain't gonna slow shit down that I got.
So Chris is gonna raise it up to 600,000. Brad,
Help me out. All you doing is giving me breaks. That's not what y'all want.
Oh, wow, what a jam there by Brad.
Thing is, I just did it. and
Big shove here for 40 big blinds.
Of course, I think it's cool to go do it again.
I really like this play here from Brad. He was the under the gun opener, so he can have all of the stronger holdings. Obviously, Chris representing some strength here by 3-betting him on the button. This is a play from a guy that has nothing to lose. You know,
Yeah, that's
Mr.
what
I
I'm
draw the
saying.
$50,000 bounty. I mean, he's like, if you want to play for a big pot, I'll play for a big
Yeah,
pot.
yeah.
I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I mean,
And I gotta put
so I mean, this is just this is what I was just talking about earlier here. Like the dynamic of the game is so different when someone already has
Yeah.
$50,000 locked up.
And Chris will throw it away.
What a play there. I mean, most players probably wouldn't make that play there with the ace-queen off.
I knew you were gonna figure it out soon. Yeah.
Because if you kind of go into the deeper, if you go into like level 2 or level 3 on that, the fact that you know, Chris is willing to 3-bet your holdings, your range of holdings on the button against an undergun open means that he should have a very, very strong hand as well.
Yeah, it was beautiful. That's why I bet so small. I was like, nah, I want you to play.
On to the next hand here. Hand number 30.
I haven't gotten a lot of
338 watching, Derek. At what time is it? I left my watch at home.
12:30 right now.
I left my watch home twice. When I left to go to work, I left it. Then when I went back, I still left it.
Pretty hand here for Matty D. Suited ace 10. Suited 10-6 here. Should be defending here, heads up. You know, unfortunately, Matty D is pretty short, but you know, there are other bounties in play. You do cover your opponent, so that's something to consider. We're kind of surprised that Brad's side of the fold there. Really should be defending any suited hand versus either a min raise or very, very close to a min raise.
Mark's saying that he thinks Kyle got his bounty.
I'm guessing you heard the 6 sequence.
Talking about timing.
I bet you heard the 6 sequence.
You know, I'm going to go ahead and just ask Tyler just so we can put this to myth. Or put
No, just that one hand I wanted to know.
That's some sick hands for the first like 20 minutes. It was insane.
I'm gonna pop that gun and see what happens.
That was the only one. There was another hand I did.
did get word that Kyle did draw the bounty, in fact. And it seems like it was a 400, so I mean, you have a higher chance now to draw a bigger bounty than a 400 now. So big hand here for Birdie. The birds again here for Birdie. I mean, I wonder if this is going to be a common theme tonight.
Let's see if anybody. See if we can get any action here with these aces.
We'll get called by the 7-6 suited on the button here. Great flop for the aces. Opponents will never really have kings in this spot. Obviously, deuces and fives do have you beat, which are possible holdings, but very unlikely. And Birdie will take it down. And we did get a word that he did draw it, so it must have been a 400 because there wasn't much commotion on the table. We got Joseph in their chat asking what the payout structure is. I'll go put up on the screen once again, and no worries. We need to know there are a lot of people just now tuning in. So this is not just for you, this is for everyone on the stream. Everyone on the final table here now guaranteed 9,420. We got first place money of 53,680. So a lot of money to play for.
And do make sure that they are aware of 200,000 of that.
Total prize pool was for just pure bounties. We had, you know, one 50K bounty pulled by seat 2. In fact, that's still on the final. That's still in the tournament. We have one 25K bounty left, one 10K bounty left, and two $2,500 bounties left for the final table players.
Here's Mo.
Yeah.
Just raised a little with his queens. The jack, he can't like the jack either. Now Birdie's setting the trap against Mo. He does have the ace.
Yeah, I like the double check too, right? I mean, because you're either way ahead or way behind in this spot. Oh, no, that's a terrible river card there for Mo. You know, now Mo might think he can get value from like a jack in this spot, which is a total reasonable assumption.
I mean, it was runner hearts, but he is going to lead out, show his queens, and Birdie will show him the bad news.
Wow, that was a big pop there for Birdie there. Up to 6.3 million now, and Mo down to 18 big blinds.
Yeah, Mo tried to set a trap there, hoping not to see an ace. Unfortunately,
kind of a bad run. I mean, any other river card, I think he can just get away from it pretty easily, or just check behind. But with that second ace coming out, he can get value from any of the jacks that would have called the turn bet, Jack 10, King Jack.
Well, they both were setting traps there. And Mo did get caught with the queens. Brad will take it down. Blinds are 50 and 100 and 100 here. Hand number 34. Just crossed an hour into the stream. Two players gone. I think Birdie is the chip leader right now, right? And Mo, yeah, Birdie is the chip leader, and Mo, there's the short stack.
Yeah, he's chip leader, but I mean, almost every stack on the table could pretty much, all but destroy his big stack there. So I mean, you know, like someone in chat said earlier, I mean, there's a lot of play left on this final table. Could be in for a long night.
Even Mo with the short stack, you know, his second week in a row at the final table here. I'm sure he's not panicked. Mo not going to be happy with this 6-3.
He will defend here.
Wow.
Kind of an action flop here. Gut shot for Mo, trips for Birdie.
Wow.
It's really tough for Mo to put Birdie on a hand like this.
There's no doubt. This is unreal.
I'd be tempted to just call one street here. I mean, but you know, it would be for a decent chunk of your remaining stack. You don't really have any other backdoor draws as well. It feels like you could hit a 6. I mean, it wouldn't be unreasonable to think that your 6 is good if you do hit it on the turn. But we'll go for the more aggressive route.
He's going to go ahead and raise it up.
Which, you know, in theory, I like a lot. Just because, you know, your opponent really should never have a 7 here, and you could have all the 7s. Wait, is that the straight? Wow, what a turn there for Mo.
Wow, this is unreal.
Turns Jin.
No way.
And you can just ship it here. And Birdie, of course, never folding with a gut shot and trips.
But he doesn't know Birdie's got a 7, so he's going to try and I mean, it's all going to get in. It's going to be a lot of Hollywood, but it's all going to get in. I mean, Birdie's not drawing dead. He still can hit a
6 and any 8, or obviously any 5 or 4. And what a freaking setup hand here.
Wow. Both of them are going to be a little stunned at each other's hand, no doubt about it. Unreal. Queen of Diamonds. Mo.
Wow.
He's going to double up. He didn't really expect that to happen. To double up that way. He was, wow.
Full double there for Mo, up to a healthy stack now, and Birdie kind of back into the middle of the pack, or not, I mean, back with everyone else without 40 big blinds. And now Matty D's the short stack with 29 big blinds, which is still plenty of chips to play with.
That was a crazy hand.
What a setup hand there.
Crazy hand.
Hey, let me get some red, bro.
On that flop, I thought Mo was out the door. I thought he was gone.
Jeremy T in the chat cheering for Chris.
I thought you was trolling first.
It's the same Jeremy T I know.
Some people
River Rat up there.
Battles with Chris a lot on the 2-5 streets.
Showing some love.
Yeah, appreciate it, River Rat. always hopping in here with kind words to his commentators.
Change a little bit. Cash here, like, can I buy a green?
Have you ever been down to the Rio Grande Valley location?
If South Padre counts, then yeah.
No, I mean the room.
Bathroom break after
Oh,
this
no,
one, or
no.
what do you want, or I don't know.
I'm cool with that.
I could use the bathroom.
It's like a 2-minute one. Fast.
Still crazy here. Look at this one.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Mo's going to hit the king. Derek's going to hit the ace.
After this load,
They're both checking.
until 4, I'm guessing.
And they're not gonna pause it if you wanna go talk to them.
Don't pause the clock.
He's gonna let us take that.
You wanna ask them now?
Sounds like somebody wants to pause the clock. Maybe they're hungry, want to run out to McDonald's or something. I don't know.
Barbecue guy is out there right now.
Oh, yeah?
Get a slice of brisket over there.
Well, these guys are making big money. They should be able.
Just buy barbecue for the table.
Yeah. Derek's ace is still good.
At this point, you gotta think about what you're trying to target. So the flop did go check, check, so it is still possible you could get value from a king.
Not a few beers.
You know, I was about to say, I'd go relatively large here too, right? Because, I mean, you're going to go large, pretty large with all your, complete air. It might try to get hero called by a king in the spot.
There it is.
There it is. Nice play there by Derek. And yeah, you gotta think about what makes sense too. I mean, a really, really small bet. Obviously, it'd still get called, but I think in that spot here, a big bet would still get called by a king, and it didn't work out.
What is 2 hours?
Y'all know we can all get up and the clock tick 5 minutes and we can just come back. We don't have to pause the clock.
That's good for the stream. Whole table just leaves.
Yeah, but that's what you gotta do when they don't give you a break. Like they don't care if you do because that's part of like.
Sounds like they're trying to talk Brittany into taking a
Like the
break.
2 hour mark in there.
Stare at the camera and wave.
Only JP watches.
Why would they want to take a break?
Keep the entertainment. You gotta entertain the crowd. So.
Only JP is here to watch.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah, you gotta go there.
Adrian wants to know when the main event starts.
Tell me about it.
Lego says, what's the first flight is Wednesday? Is that right? I don't have that information here. I should know, but I don't.
Yes, there's 5 days of flights, and there's 2 flights each day. So Lego is correct. The main event does start Wednesday. And for those of y'all wondering, I'll pull up the info on that tournament right after this hand. Can't imagine this hand's going to be last too long. Honestly, it's probably not too exciting here. So we'll see what the flop brings, and if it's a pretty boring flop, I'll just go ahead and bring up the info. That's it. It's a relatively boring flop. I think we're gonna see a bet from Brad.
Brad's going to bet, Derek's going to fold.
Unless Derek's gonna bet, and then Brad will make a call. We'll just wait for the hand to finish. Never gonna see Brad fold to a single bet. Small blind versus big blind. Especially when it goes limp check. I mean, it's hard for Brad to ever have a pair on this board, and then it's hard for Derek really to ever have a pair on this board. So I imagine what this turn will bring is Derek will most likely check, and Brad will probably bet here.
Yeah, he's going to. He's going to check. See a river here. Now Brad, river's 2 pair here.
Now he's absolutely going to bet here. I'm hoping that Derek has, a jack or maybe a river 2 pair himself, like an 8, because that could definitely be a possibility.
Is Derek thinking about coming over the top? No, he's posturing, right? He just thinks Brad's just stone cold bluffing.
No, Derek just called his hand. He was like, "Do you have Jack 6 here?" What a sick read there by Derek, just calling Brad's hand.
A jack or a 6 beats him, right?
All right, guys, we're gonna do the 5K chip race.
All right, and it looks like they're going to take a short, a very, very short break here just to color up the 5K chips because we no longer need them in play. But for those of you that were talking about the $1 million title event, here are the flights, and absolutely they are starting on Wednesday. All of the flights will be at Texas Card House, Dallas. That's right, the TCH Dallas location. $1,000 buy-in gets you a 40K starting stack. Day 1 flights start on Wednesday, August 30th at 11 a.m. There's a second flight that day at 4 p.m. And there's going to be 2 flights a day all the way through Sunday. Day 2 on Monday, September 4th. Happy Labor Day. And, an unofficial, official day 3 for the final table on Tuesday. So for those of y'all that are planning on making the final table, be sure to maybe take off for work an additional day to make the final table on Tuesday. Those of y'all that, may not have the bankroll or unwilling to pony up the $1,000 for this final table, or not the final table, for this title event, we do have a lot of satellites plenty of satellites, actually. Pretty much every night. Actually, tonight, I guess, was the last satellite for the 3 seats guaranteed. But starting on Tuesday, August 29th, there's going to be 20 seats guaranteed. So mega satellites available.
Yeah.
One at 11 a.m., one at 3 p.m., one at 7 p.m. So you're really going to want to take advantage of that. Actually,
Yeah,
I think the dates,
$150 satellites.
the dates are wrong on here, actually. August 28th, Tuesday. August 29th, Tuesday.
Well, Tuesday is the 29th.
Okay, well, anyways.
So it's got to be Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Yeah, but no, this one's for sure right. There's going to be 3 flights of satellites on Tuesday, August 29th. One at 11 a.m., one at 3 p.m., one at 7 p.m. 20 seats guaranteed. And then Saturday, August 30th through Saturday, September 2nd. There's going to be kind of some last-minute satellites while the tournament's still actually going on at 2 p.m. and 9 p.m. So really would take advantage of that. All of them are $150 buy-in to get you a $1,000 seat. If anyone in the chat has any questions regarding these satellites or events, let me know in the chat, and we'll do our best to answer them. Mitchell A says, see y'all Tuesday for the final table. I'll be in seat 9. Well, we're hoping to see you there.
I like it. I like it.
I like the confidence.
Well, I think he's going to be in seat 4, but I don't want to, He's saying seat 9. Might as well just.
But we'll go back to the other slide here. Take a look at, the day 1 flights for our title event, the $1.5 million guaranteed, $1,000 buy-in. Again, 40K starting stack. This is kind of, if the $1 million event at the beginning was like, the appetizer.
Oh, yeah.
This the 500K is like, the first course.
Yeah.
I mean, this is dessert, right? I mean, this has got to be the cherry on top of the whole event.
This is it. We're coming in wearing ties. You said.
Yeah, I will definitely wear something.
Yeah.
I won't wear a tie.
Okay, I'll wear a tie. I can still wear shorts, right? Because I don't have to. They won't see me. I could.
Sure, I'll wear shorts. We'll just wear the tops.
I just bring a shirt and tie and bring it in. And then when we come in here, I'll put it on.
Just because we said that, they're gonna ask us to stand up.
Yeah,
chat,
probably.
Right?
Let's see it. Tuxedos.
Linko here in chat says there's a lot of spell checking, so as a validation on those graphics on the website. I saw lots of mistakes. Yeah, yeah. I noticed that too. Oh, it's not that I don't know how to tie a tie, Mitchell. It's just I hate wearing ties.
But you don't have to make it all tight. You know, you can.
I refuse. If yeah, I won't even. Yeah.
Well, don't you wear a tie to like a wedding?
Actually, every wedding I've been to, I didn't wear a tie.
Really?
Yeah.
You hear that, Emily? We might not have to invite Derek. He says he's not going to wear a tie.
For you, Mitch, I would do it for you.
Okay.
I would.
Just for 5
Like
minutes.
what guy did last time.
What's going on? They still have. They're still doing the color up.
Yeah, it looks like they're taking a little bit of time here. A little more time for the color up. Really appreciate everyone here for sticking around. For those of y'all that might have the extra money here, I guess we might as well talk about these events as well. The $2,500 high roller event. We have a $2,500 high roller no limit event, 8 max, 100K guaranteed, 60K starting stack. So a lot of chips to play for.
Wow.
Got day 1 at Las Colinas at 2 p.m. Day 2 on Wednesday.
Will that be live stream?
Probably not. I don't know. It's a good question. But there also is another high roller event for Pot Limit Omaha. High roller 8 max. 60K starting stack again, $2,500 buy-in.
Wow.
Day 1 on Wednesday, August 30th. Day 2 on Thursday, August 31st at Dallas. All right, back to the action here. Looks like we got all the players back here. Thank y'all for tuning in and being patient.
I tell you, it's a good solid play so far tonight, Derek. I like it.
I think overall this has been the highest level play final. Nothing to rag on the other players and the other turntables, but from what I've seen overall, I think it's been the highest level play in terms of pre-flop action, post-flop, or flop, turn, river. Been very impressed with all the players so far.
That was the only hand I cared about. I asked somebody what you had.
Really? What happened? What did he have?
He had ace queen. It was a good bet by him. That's the only.
What was the flop?
King 9-3, turn 10. He picked up a gutter. I had jack 9 suited. I had a 9 when
He bluffed you?
No, he bet turn. I folded, but I knew I should have done it.
He bluffed you?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you said he. I didn't hear what you said. Yeah, he did bluff me. Yeah.
Brad's going to take it down. Brad, again, the coolest cat at the table with all. He's got the big bounty.
Gotta love that, huh?
A couple other bounties. Climbing up the money chart.
Yeah, I guess we've shown the payouts a few times. We haven't really talked about the bounties so far. So for those of you that don't know, this was a mystery bounty tournament. I'm sure everyone I'm sure has at least played at least a bounty tournament before. Now, mystery bounty, when you knock out a player, you get to draw from kind of a drum of random envelopes. They can range from $400, which is the minimum bounty, up to $50,000. Actually, seat 2.
There you can see the drum right there behind Chris there.
Seat 2 actually in the bright red shirt jersey there actually drew the 50K bounty.
Yes, he did.
Congratulations to him.
And he's looking down at pocket 5s right now. And the button.
I checked out a gun.
And there's actually plenty of big bounties left in play. One 25K, one 10K, and two $2,500 bounties left.
I planned for you. I know. You do. That's why you checked that ace-4, huh? Yeah.
No, I mean, like, I gotta balance it, bro.
Yeah, I understand.
Stu, who was on fire the first 5-6 hands of the final table, has been relatively quiet, but he's going to like this flop right here.
Oh, and that's great info too, actually. Lego letting us know that Mo received a 10K bounty, so a lot of money up for grabs. What a great flop there for Stu.
I don't like watching play.
And ace no help.
Changes how I feel about people, and I'm already feeling
Both
myself.
players will probably
So
put
I
on the
don't
brakes
like
here.
watching what's-
So you don't love him anymore?
No, like I don't want it to change.
Or I could be wrong.
Not feel like a friendship where I
Stu.
don't want it to change how I feel about him as a player.
He does. He did pick up a straight draw, gut shot.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd rather just go with my reads that I already feel.
I don't think Brad. Brad can't make the call here, right?
No,
Those
I mean,
fives.
there's just so much out there.
Yeah.
Good spot there for
And
Stu.
Stu will
to-
take it down.
kind
Nice
of
hand for Stu.
semi-bluff. Yeah. And apparently Stu is now his mortal enemy. Don't blame you. Enemies on the felt, but I'm sure just friendly adversaries.
Oh, for Lego, I thought you were talking about Brad.
Oh, no, for Lego.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, actually, he said he wasn't all that disappointed not sitting with me at the game wearing a Red Sox jersey. He didn't want to be seen with me at the game wearing a Red Sox, even though it was a Babe Ruth jersey.
Who's Babe Ruth? Just kidding.
Yes, I know. That's crazy. I bet you even know what number he was, his jersey.
I don't, actually.
No, really?
It was a bigger number, right? Oh, 3? Yeah, yes, yeah.
Coop is right. There you go, Coop. 3. I even know why his number was 3.
What a life.
That's a question for the chat. Does anybody
Man,
know why?
that's actually a great trivia question.
Does anybody know why?
That
Yeah.
question should be like the $1 million question on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Or was it too easy, you think? That's a pretty tough one. I mean,
yeah, I mean,
the number, a lot of sports fans would probably know, right? That'd be like
well, no, I mean,
$1,000
even a lot of
question.
sports fans, especially the young sports fans today, they won't know why he wore number 3.
Well, no, not the why, but I'm saying just like a lot of people might just know the number. So like that'd be an easy question.
Yeah.
So the why, that I consider that like maybe $100,000 Who Wants to Be a Millionaire question, like one of the higher ones for sure.
Yeah, but I do know why he was number 3, and I give the people in the chat an opportunity before
His old lady must have called and said, "Baby, quit your jacket."
Then when people send the guns on TV.
Well, you also have to realize a lot of people here on the computers, they can just
Yeah,
look it up. But we'll take a,
Well,
scout's honor here.
Yeah, I hope they don't do that because that's just cheating. Not quite, but
I love how they color herself so fast and nobody has.
I think Babe Ruth probably had more than 3 lives. As much as he got reckless, I guess is the best way I could put it. Kev says he cheated. Well, if you cheat, don't say. Stu finally coming back to life here. I would like to think that Lego's watching because he wants to, he likes the commentary. But I think he's probably watching just to see Stu get busted.
I didn't even think about that, but
And
he's
then
just like
he'll be
he's just
like,
typing at his
yeah,
keyboard there. It's like
good. Now I can go to bed.
I can go to bed happy now.
Yeah. Serves you right. Yeah. I'm just saying, I don't know.
Ryan Crow, our CEO, hopping in here to check on the stream. You guys are going late on Sunday night. Love it. Absolutely. We're streaming every final table that we can.
Let's see if Ryan knows. Ryan, we're taking a slight break from the game, and we've established that Babe Ruth wore number 3. Do you have any idea why, Ryan, the Babe Ruth wore number 3? And don't cheat.
Trivia question of the night. We do have a big hand developing here. Matty D raising it up here with the ace-6. Derek with the pocket 4s. Don't see him folding a pair pre-flop.
Yeah, this young man, I mean, it's like everything he does is right,
I mean, his name's right. He obviously played right to make it to the final table. Tyler Mawini knows.
Yeah,
Oh, and
I think Tyler and we talked about it.
Oh, I love this play by Derek. Just putting a man to the test for all his chips.
3 kids. Actually, how about this, Derek? I know how many kids Babe Ruth has.
Oh my gosh.
He had 1. He had a daughter.
Man, you know just everything about Babe Ruth.
Well, I know he was born in Baltimore, February 6th. I think it's 1895, I think. I think. Well, I know it's February 6th in Baltimore.
Well, I think we've given the chat enough time here to kind of wonder about that trivia question. So what is the answer, Mitch?
And you can tell everybody that I was not on my phone
no,
at
absolutely.
all.
No, yeah.
At all.
Mitch actually knows all these dates, numbers, jerseys, fun little tidbit facts about sports.
I can tell you why Babe Ruth wore number 3. Well, first of all, when he played for the Red Sox, they didn't wear any numbers. They didn't start wearing numbers till he went to the Yankees, and then you wore the number in which you batted in the lineup.
Oh, I mean, obviously,
that's how it started. But then
number 3, obviously one of the stronger hitting positions.
He batted 3rd in the lineup. Of course, now it's like, oh well, I want you to bat 4th, but you're wearing number. Now what? I can't. So that's how numbers started.
So you would always just wear the jersey number that you were in the order of the lineup. So it's just 1 through 9, 1 through 9.
Well, I mean that's how it started.
All right.
So they just.
I guess that makes it easier for whoever's doing the stats. They just know oh, they see number 2. Oh, second on lineup. They match the name.
I know. That was a long time ago. I don't know. It's over 100 years ago. But
well, that's very cool. That's a cool little tidbit. Now I have that in my arsenal of fun facts. And for some reason I find myself on like a Family Feud show or something, or any kind of game show, and then I win some money, I will give you 10%.
There you go,
Mitch, for giving that information to me.
All right, Matty D going to raise here with 7-6 of hearts. Mo. Mo's going to go all in, and Derek
covering both his opponents with a pocket pair.
Same color and everything. I'm just saying.
He might just reship here to isolate Mo. It's tough to fold a pocket pair this strong pre-flop at this stage of the tournament, especially with bounties on the line.
He still has, players behind him, and he's asking about that, which is
it's definitely relevant.
Without a doubt, yeah.
So to be safe, he might just call and kind of maybe evaluate what happens later, and then he can kind of protect himself from being overcommitting himself here. The only problem with just calling here might.
Well,
I don't know. I guess Matty's probably never called.
I mean, it's strong enough if he takes this down. That's 2 bounties. With these bounties that are left, a few amount of bounties left, it's got to be playing a part in his mind right now. And there it is.
Okay, so he's deciding on the all-in. He's deciding that is the
all
better
in.
play.
The other 2 guys are folding. Derek looking to pick up a bounty.
6 million pots. It's King 10.
We don't play by CM big dog.
This is a big flip here.
How many outs does
You got an ace? Give me a spade for a sweat. 10 of spades.
Mo looking for? That's better.
And that will be the tournament for Mo. That was a massive flip. Derek up to 8.4 million, and now gets to draw for one of the big bounties left. I mean, now he has a higher chance to get a big bounty versus a smaller bounty. So, I mean, let's see what he draws here. Of course, GG's in the chat for Mo. Another final table, which is absolutely amazing. Unfortunately, falls just short of the big prize. We did get word that he drew a 10K bounty, so
congratulations to that. And, the way this young man is playing, I wouldn't be surprised to see him
on the high roller final table or the main event.
Yeah, the main event, I'm telling you.
So Mo will take home a nice prize of $9,420. Obviously, on top of his $10,000 bounty, he has a pretty good payday there. Each player now guaranteed $11,700, 5-figure payday.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's got more bounties. I mean, the way this young man plays, I'm sure he had more than one bounty. But you know,
Sometimes you'd be surprised. I mean, there's sometimes people that make the final table with no bounties, and it's just them playing good, solid poker the whole night.
I know he had an opportunity to get two bounties earlier, but I don't want to remind him. That's frustrating. The other two guys they hugged each other. It was pretty. It was cool.
Oh, like he, like they were so happy to survive.
They hit the 5 on the river and gave him the straight. They're like, oh yeah.
Oh, they hit the same straight.
Yeah, they both had the ace. He had them both covered. It would have been 2 bounties. He had queens. They both had an ace. A 5 came on the river, giving them both the straight. They're like, yeah.
Were they the exact same hand?
Yeah, It was the 3-way all in.
What were the hands?
Mo had queens. One of them had ace 10. And the other one, I walked up right when the hand was going on, so I didn't.
Oh, so everyone had a straight. It was a 3-way chop.
No. The ace gave the other 2 guys the straight. Mo had queens. It was the wheel. It was the wheel.
Oh, I see. Oh, they had an ace in their hand.
Yeah, they both had an ace.
I see. Okay.
And
I was trying to figure out what straight they could make.
And the 5 came on the river, giving them both the wheels. And Mo had them both covered. He would have had 2 bounties right there.
Golly, what a spot.
And they were all excited. They hugged each other like, yeah.
And Mo's just like,
like, yeah, shit. You know what I'm saying? It was, it was a.
Queens versus ace 10 versus ace 10.
Well, I saw the one had ace 10. I didn't know the other guy had ace 10. Yeah, Lego was there at the table.
All right, we're getting a shot of Derek drawing in the bounty here. Let's see what he draws here.
He's going to open it up.
This is great for the stream. Great camera work there by Tyler.
Make it white. Make it white. It's white.
Oh, he doesn't look happy. He's not going to show.
What's going on? Are we getting slow rolled? Is he allowed to do that?
Y'all not getting slow roll.
Okay. Let's make sure it's 400.
It's a 400.
Another 400, unfortunately. Wow, what are the... Wow, so now there's a freaking 4 out of 6 chance to hit a big bounty.
You know, unfortunately, you're right. Unfortunately, for Derek.
I should have went right again.
But for the stream, dude, it's awesome.
That's great for the stream, though.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
what I'm saying,
I mean, if you're tuning in, you have to keep watching.
Yeah, you definitely got to keep watching now.
That's good news for the other players.
Oh, definitely.
But unfortunately, really, the person that's in a driving seat to get collect bounties is Derek. I mean, he has the commanding chip lead.
Yeah, until Donovan had my money ready. I want all cash money. I don't care about the chips money.
Runner.
That much is ready. I don't want to wait. I got to get home.
Derek was going to rip up and throw away the $400 bounty. Well, look at this. Pocket deuces are good here. Wow. And they both have the deuce for the straight.
Bottom of the straight, though. So, I mean, I think Brad's going to take his time a little bit here. Consider if there's any, world that he does raise. But, I mean, he's just going to make the call. His hand's too strong to fold. And then we'll see. It is a chopped pot. I was a little concerned about him having the 7, but I think just given the action. I mean, most 7s in that spot would probably connect with at least a pair on that board, or like 7-6, 7-5. So you probably see some more action pre-flop, or not pre-flop, but on the flop and turn.
Yeah.
I think I had one too. You were completed. You found a straight, bro. Fade the straight and fade the ace.
Everyone.
They talk. I think we were just talking about the hand we were just talking about.
6 left out the barrel, and I'm pulling 400.
I know, right? Come on, man. We're running
That's so terrible.
Yeah, they're talking about
You got
the.
a 1 in 3 shot for
I am
like
the worst bounty puller.
25K.
There's no doubt I'm the
25K.
worst bounty
Or 10
puller.
and 20.
There's no doubt I'm the worst bounty puller.
Because Derek was in the hand.
I'm right there with you.
There's probably no 400 so right? Is there still 400 there?
No, there was several. There was 5 when we started.
Might be one left.
I got another one.
Yes, Lego. I am. I'm a little tired. It's a little late, but I am. I'm trying to stay focused.
You know, I was actually laying in bed watching some YouTube videos. I almost fell asleep before
I
this.
thought you did. I asked Lego if he would do the stream with me. I said, I'm trying to get a hold of Derek. I can't. He'll tell you.
I was just driving. I turned my
Yeah.
phone. I don't have my phone. I have the safety
Yeah.
drive thing off. So I don't.
Someone else goes 10, 2500, and then 3/4.
Yeah, he was going to do it. He was steamed. I mean,
There's gotta be only like
he was not happy. He was steamed. He was ready to go, but he's like, no, I can't. I'm too steamed.
So it's 3/4.
It's understandable.
50-50 shot at 400 bucks.
No, not this too.
And 50-50 at not 400.
Yeah, so it's not hard to do. It's really not.
He's talking about you with the tidbits, not me. He's talking about you. You know why he's still watching, don't you? Did the basket fall back there? All right, Derek's going to look down here with a couple of queens.
Definitely go 2 ways here. You could definitely just call slow play, but you feel like Matty D is just never raising a hand in the spot that he could fold, and he could just jam, obviously. But you know, being on the button, Matty D could just have a lot of random hands. You know, the reverse is also true too, right? Derek could just have a bunch of random hands too, as the overwhelming chip leader that would just jam in the spot. Matty D might level himself into a call here with the ace high.
And there it is. Derek with the queens. Matty D.
What'd you fold?
This is not allowed. I folded a queen. He just gets.
Oh, that ain't good.
Matty D in desperate need of an ace
No
here.
way I hold here. I hit with the 10.
Or Derek will be back over to the cage.
Derek, you are. This is his son. You know what the son is, Derek?
He hits a 9.
2 9s.
There you go. Oh, you're 9's fuck. Close.
Wow, and that's another bounty for Derek and more chips for him. Unfortunately, Matty D can be eliminated here.
No, we swapped 5% in the bounty pool.
Matty D eliminated here in 6th place for $11,700, down to our final 5 players. Each player guaranteed $14,130, and I can't wait to see what Derek.
He's up already. He's on his feet. He's over. He's ready.
I mean, you can kind of see here, Derek's starting to run away with the chip lead here, almost a 2-to-1 chip
Oh, you
lead
told me already.
to the next place.
Yeah, you was.
And he can't pull another 400, can he?
It's it's possible, highly unlikely at this point.
I mean, he's got to get something.
And we're gonna go over there just as soon as he probably finishes this hand here. And we'll get to see what he draws for this next bounty. Like someone was eating some pasta or something over there. Did you see that the dealer carrying the container of pasta? Oh my gosh, what is going on here?
Wow.
I mean, kind of another spot where
I'm telling you. I mean, we've seen in the past, we've seen people in the zone, but this doesn't happen so often.
there's in the zone and they're just running hot.
I mean, it's just like. But if you're gonna be in the zone, this is the tournament to do it.
I mean, if Birdie ships here, could you ever fold if you're Derek? I mean, like, I have a pair.
You know.
This would just be the absolute. This would be the absolute cooler here if Birdie somehow ships it in. And I don't think Derek's for folding. He's just running. It's only half your chips. I say only, but I mean.
But I know it's not even half. I mean, yeah. I mean, the fact that Birdie's taking his time about it. I mean, he's looking.
He's
not
considering
feeling-
his options for sure.
You can see that he's not all that confident about it. You could see.
I think call would be the worst option, and so he does the settle on the fold. You know, obviously everything in a vacuum. I think.
So he's going to show him.
6B5.
Derek showed him.
He's too good, bro. He's too fucking good.
Seriously, I had
I
5.
promise there's no more respect for me today for you, bro.
So now Derek's the button,
No, but I have 5. I just don't have a couple lots.
and he wants to get up. He wants to get up. He wants to go get that
He's just
envelope.
holding me today, bro. He really
He's
holds me
eyeing it up.
today, and I beat him in a bunch of pots, but
Let
I
us know in the
haven't
chat what do you think he's going to draw here. I mean, he's going to be busting out half the table
I
here.
gotta
I'm
agree.
not joking.
If he gets another 400, he's going to rip it up.
Absolutely.
I've won a bunch of pots versus him, but he's owned me.
Lego's saying that Derek and Birdie versus Birdie's been going on
Dump it, bro.
all night.
I was gonna fucking. Oh, I was snapping. I'm going
I guess over under on Derek ripping up a 400 if he
I- you
draws
know,
another one.
I mean,
Just lights it on fire on stream.
I can't. I wouldn't blame him. Look at this. We got the. I thought somebody had. Okay. Brad's going to lead out here.
Oh, yeah.
Stu's going to make the call. Now he draws the. Brad hits the jack, but Stu's got a flush draw here. I like it. Stu leading out here. Apparently we got Brad's brother in the chat. Brad's jack is good, but Stu hit the 8. Now they'll check it down. Did Derek, did he go with?
I think he it went check and he almost mucked his hand and then he oh wait, I have the winner.
No, he was Derek. Did he go and pick up his envelope?
I don't think so yet. And I think they're waiting for the tournament.
There he is over here coming in.
All right, there it is. Let's see what Derek finally draws. I mean, he drew another 400 earlier. All right, there it is. He drew it.
Is it white?
Of course it is, bro. You think I'm drawing
There is a
blue?
2500 though. You know that,
Hold
right?
on.
Did you
No,
open
it's
it?
white. I promise it's white.
No, I know, but 25 is white.
I'll take 25. No, it's another.
Another 4?
Are you serious?
No way.
They add up. That's the only way I can think of it.
What?
How
Unreal.
many 4s are left, bro? I'm tired of seeing them.
I don't know.
Please.
Let me know next time you're next.
4.
So,
four.
Wait,
There's only-
now to start the stream, how many 400s do we have to start the stream?
5.
And that's all that's been drawn.
Yes.
Or 400s.
So we have one 400 left, two
No, I know. I'm joking.
2500s, and one 10K and one 25K. I mean, there's 5 players left, so that numbers check out.
Can we verify this on this?
What is happening?
This is unreal.
So every single, I mean, this is great for the other. This is great for the stream at least. I mean,
The other player's gonna be dying inside lip. And
we're gonna go heads up, and it's gonna be the 10K and the 25K left.
I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it.
Oh my
So
gosh!
there's only one 400.
Correct.
Wow.
That's insane.
Wow.
Well, it can't be even now, bro. I have 11.
You know, Derek, do you think this is affecting his game at all? I mean,
mental-
it's got to be, right?
Oh, maybe a little bit. Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Look at the frustration in his face. He's
So the only upside I can think of is, I mean, not the only upside, but a big upside is that you have all the chips,
Yeah, you
so
have
you could
the
win.
chips.
You could win the tournament and win
But-
50,000.
but you can see
I mean, it's a pretty solid deal.
you can
get screwed and not
You
get
can
it.
see the frustration.
Yeah, but I have 12
No, I hear
million,
you.
so my eyes go way up to draw this.
Yeah.
We need to audit the envelopes. No, they no, like they're right. And Chris flops a monster holding here.
Y'all can still get each other's bounties, though. That's the thing.
That's what I was saying, man.
Who claimed the 50K? That'd be seat number 2.
Coming from
Brad.
that came in a chip later, he didn't get
But you know, I've been keeping track of the bounties on my little
Yeah, I'm watching
my
you.
high tech spreadsheet here.
You know, your high-tech spreadsheet.
But yeah, we started the table with 5 $400 bounties, 2 $2,500, 1 $10K, and 1 $25K. Just unbelievable.
Wow. I'm telling it would be, look, and we've had, what, 4 drawn?
Yes.
So who drew them? Okay.
Brad, oh no, sorry, Derek, Stu, and
Always.
Mo,
Been here all day.
I believe.
Mo?
We're here
Did
9:45
Mo get
this
one?
morning.
Oh no, Birdie got one. It was Stu,
Yeah.
Birdie, Derek.
Okay. We got a big hand brewing here, possibly. Look at this, Derek with yet another killer hand. Look at this. If we see a flop and a queen comes on a flop, it's unreal.
This could be dangerous for Chris here. Considered all his options there. Lucky for the lower variance round. Just go in and call. Has a very good hand here to play some post flop. Does flop a gut shot, but look at the flop for Derek.
Wow.
2 overs and
Wow.
a flush draw.
And he might just check here, I think. I gotta get a chair in here with armrests like you.
Yeah, we gotta. We'll go to the cage and grab their chair and swap it out for this. Because normally, I mean, they just need to sit down. So.
Well, Chris gets a 10 on the turn here.
Uh,
Take the lead.
But I mean, look at how many outs that Derek has here. I mean,
Yeah.
it's any 9, any king, any queen,
Hitting the 10 could be
Or not
disastrous for Chris, right?
any king, any
'Cause
9,
Derek's not-
any club,
Derek's not going anywhere.
any ace.
Chris, he checked the turn anyway. Derek wants to make sure he does have 2 clubs. He's going to go all in. Wow. Chris in a tough position here.
Very tough. Facing an overbet here. I mean, very polarizing.
Chris looking at the money line there, seeing if he does make the call and he loses, what he'll be taking home.
Yeah, what he's risking for sure. And,
Yeah,
but
what's-
what also
what's
to
the next,
gain?
Yeah, what's the next payout up to, you know?
And, you know, he's probably also kind of, and at this point, the fatigue also kind of starts to wear into you too, right? I mean, depending on how late he played his day 1 flight, but obviously he's been playing all day since 2:30 p.m.
And how about this? Let me ask you the fact that Derek has been running red hot.
Yes.
Is that a factor?
That's definitely a factor.
Yeah.
I mean, it shouldn't play a factor, but it's like, well, this guy's been having
Yeah.
it every time,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. You know, obviously, the mindset and the plays into where like, do I want to fold here and grind my $3.5 million stack, or if I call and I'm right and I hold, I could have, you know, a decent chip stack to win this tournament. Considering all the options here, not an easy spot at all. I mean, turning a pair is great. Does a jack ever play like this? Maybe, honestly, maybe sometimes. I mean, it is top pair on the board, and on a draw heavy board. Would overpairs play like this?
I mean, even if Derek were to show Chris his hand, it's
still be a tough spot.
it's still a tough call.
This might be the toughest spot he's ever been in, that he's been in for the whole tournament. So.
Yeah. Wow, he's going to throw it away.
I don't blame him.
I'd love to see a river. Tough spot there for Chris.
Yeah, definitely true there. If he were to make the call, probably one of the better holdings, right? He'd rather have a jack, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chase is definitely absolutely right. You know, unblocking clubs there is huge.
What hand is that?
Can have all the ace high flush draws, the king high flush draws, the open-ended straight flush draws, straight and flush draws. Obviously, hands that still have a lot of equity against your holding, but you're ahead of. And I am curious though to see if Derek would have jammed with just a single pair in that spot, or if like he only has ever weighted towards combo draws and like very nutted holdings. Absolutely, I definitely get that too, Mitchell A. You know, the fact that, and I think I brought that up too, right? It's like, oh, do I want to fold here and just still be the shortest stack and kind of grind my way when I probably will finish the same spot anyways, or a high percentage of the time? Or do I want to call and, you know, and I'm right some percentage of the time, and then I get to have a good chip lead?
Here's some interesting hands. Stu's got the 5. I mean, Chris could have. An overpair, maybe 8s, right?
Me too. Alright, see ya.
So still with the check raise, getting it done on the flop there. So apparently everyone was watching him draw, and he was so casual with the 50,000. No big deal.
That actually, the bounty tournament, the mystery bounty tournament that I made day 2, the last time we had this tournament, or a mystery bounty tournament, it wasn't the one that Chase won, but it was the one after that. I was able to make day 2, made a decent run at that, but it was like the first 3 knockouts, someone hit the biggest bounty, and he just like drew it and just like, oh, cool. Like everyone was like, "What?" It was like a 25. It was like 20,000 or something.
I just started jumping up and down. Yeah, $400. Oh, there it is. Brad with the ace 5. So the blinds go heads up here. See the flop. Now Brad's got the 5. Stu's going to head fire out at it. Brad will make the call here. Brady's going to put out a turn. 9 of diamonds, no help to anybody, Derek.
Queen 10.
Brad's 5 is still good, but I think Stu can steal this. Takes a shot at it. Well, he wanted to look, see, boy, he's trying for the Oscar here. Let me see what you have there. Can't pull the trigger. He's going to see that if he pulled the trigger, he probably would have taken it down.
I mean, he has to know his hand has no showdown, but the likelihood that you get called very high by any of those other holdings, just how the hand was played. You know, his best chance to get his river bet through would have been betting the turn, right? You know, it's all about telling a story.
Yeah. All about telling the story, Lego. I heard what he said. I heard. It's all about telling the story.
Well, and it goes both ways too, right? So if you're ever on the receiving end of someone bluffing or telling you that they have a certain hand, you have to go back to does their story make sense, right? And against really, really good players, their story is always going to make sense, whether they have it or not, right? So that's definitely something to keep in mind. It's like a thing is, like, for anyone that does study more tournament play, like against the better players, you're going to be you have to play more balanced, right, and have to call off in spots that you don't really want to, but where the math is correct. And then against players that play unbalanced, you can kind of go back to how their story does it make sense or not. But players on this final table, like Birdie, Chris, Stu, Derek, of course Derek and Brad, all of them are going to have stories that make sense. Then it goes up to you to try to find inconsistencies, or just kind of have to go with the math and be like, well, I have a hand and I have to call. And I think Chris was kind of going between both, right? He's like, the story kind of makes sense too, that you having a strong hand, you've been running really hot, but I also have a hand that's pretty good here, second pair.
Still going to have a couple of red 9s here.
Big hand here for Stu. Well, he's been pretty card dead since the beginning. Birdie here certainly has a hand that he can consider shoving and raising here. Going back to Stu here, he might just rip in the rest of the chips.
Yeah, he really hasn't had much to brag about.
And he get a lot of credit for his all-in here.
Since the Lego thing. That's the last time he had.
Yeah, it doesn't feel great 4-bet jamming with 9s, but given the relative positions here, I like that play better, just because you're able to fold out hands. And you have to give Birdie credit. He's a pretty active, free betting a lot.
Nice flop there for Stu. Well, Birdie's going to rip it. Stu's going to make the call.
Wow, and Birdie here at risk here. I mean, needs to find an ace and an ace only, or running wheel cards. Can he find it?
2 of the aces are gone. Oh,
fake ace.
Yeah.
And wow, that's it for Birdie. Stu collecting another bounty.
Wow.
Birdie going home in what? 5th place, excuse me. Birdie going home in 5th place for a nice little payday of $14,130. Stu getting the ladder and the bounty, of course. Let's not forget about that. And each player guaranteed $18,300. Down to our final 4.
You're good to go now. I done pulled all of them. And I got a 1 in 3.
Stu feel a little bit more comfortable now, especially with the four of this 400 bounties gone.
40%.
If he pulls out the $400 bounty,
the last $400 bounty,
he's liable to pull out his hair. Oh, never mind.
Oh my God.
Stu's a good guy. I love him. Go ahead, Stu.
I mean, so he has a 4 in 5 chance to hit something good.
Yes.
A 2 in 5 chance for a 5-figure bounty.
Come on, Stu. Get yourself
odds,
some.
Odds
Get
cannot be
some.
better than this. Like,
let's see what he's got. What is it, Stu? No way.
Are you serious?
No way.
It's all your fault.
There's no way.
You have his hand?
Yeah, I got his bad mojo.
What?
He got a 400. There's no way.
What? So that is the last. It went 400, 400, 400, 400, 400.
Unbelievable. That's unreal.
Well, I mean, I'm happy for the final table coverage.
I mean,
I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it.
Chris, here we go. Chris is going to do something here.
You know who's happiest about it is the person that hasn't had a bounty on this final table yet? Chris.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, this is great.
Yeah, you guys suck. Give me a chance.
But he is the shortest stack, though, so he has an uphill battle to climb to get the bounty.
Hey, if anybody could do it, it's Chris.
That is incredible.
No
so all we
way.
have left is 2 $2,500 bounties and a 10K and a 25K.
Unreal.
So 30. There's 40,000 in just bounties sitting in that drum there.
That's unreal.
So whoever wins this tournament has the potential of making almost a 6-figure score, because they could just go or Brad could go 50K bounty, win the tournament for 50K, and get another 40K. So he could win 140K here.
Wow. Look, I got Chris knocking everybody out, taking all the bounties and taking the first place. And the trophy. We got
Of course, the trophy.
The
yes.
trophy, you know, which is, these trophies are very cool.
Wow, what a flop there for Chris. Again here, pair and king high flush draw. Stu with a gut shot and backdoor clubs. So, action flop here. Chris here sitting pretty short. Does he want to just go ahead and rip it here on the flop? Or does he want to call and navigate some turns here? I mean, he has a pretty decent sized stack.
Well, I think if Stu would have checked, he would have ripped it right from Jump Street.
I guess one thing leaning towards me calling in the spot is having a king makes it less likely Stu could have a king here. Oh my gosh, what a turn.
Wow. Now they both have flush draws. Chris's king is good. But I mean, I guess the only thing he's worried about is his 4, right? I mean, he makes the call, right? Yeah.
Wow, great, nice play there by Chris. So, and this kind of goes back to what I was saying on the flop, right? So what makes me lean towards a call, having that king makes it less likely that Stu has a top pair holding of himself, making it so Stu has more bluffs in the spot. So he has a high chance of having like a lower flush draw or a draw like 9-10, and you'd want your opponent to continue bluffing on the turn, and you can just, or in that spot where we went check on the turn, he has a very easy check call or call on the river in position. Obviously, jamming on there on the flop would just get it done right in there.
Right.
But you might lose some opportunity to win a bigger pot. If that makes sense. You kind of have to weigh the risk and.
We got the people in the chat wanting to check on the bounties. We're going to check the bounties in due time. Brad going to look down at a suited ace queen with the button. He's got the button, right? Where's the button?
Brad should be the button here.
Okay.
Strong hand here.
Stu. And still will take Brad will take it down. Hand number 63. 2 hour, a little over 2 hours into the stream here, final table.
50% blue in that thing.
4 left.
Yeah.
300 of you paying attention watching. We appreciate that.
Play for second money twice.
We still have 4 bounties left.
Oh my gosh, Brad! Just
wow.
His turn to run hot, right?
Yeah. Out of the 4 bounties left, we still have a 10,000 and a 25,000.
Yeah, 40K in bounties in just.
And the other 2 aren't nothing to sneeze at either.
Yeah, 2 $2,500 bounties. I mean, you get 2 of those, you got a 5K pay jump on your own there.
Brad with a couple kings.
Oh my gosh!
Oh wow! This is wow!
4-handed here.
Can we just sit back and watch and see what happens here? This is unreal.
Oh, the slow play too. Let's see what the flop brings. Derek laying the trap here. Oh,
well, the ace.
There goes the action. What could have been probably a 12 million chip pot is.
And when can we see a flop to like 7 high or something?
Yeah, like 7 deuce. Yeah.
And here it is. Apparently, Derek's only got 1 queen in the deck left. I mean, this hand's not over. I mean, Derek.
Okay, actually, that might create some action. Now both players just feel like neither of them have an ace in the spot. Just how it has been played.
Which they're both right.
Yeah.
So this could be a roundabout way of fireworks.
Derek could absolutely bet for value here, and I think Brad will just make the call. He hates it, but he's like, well,
I was at the hotel for a weekend in California.
I double block ace king here.
Yeah, he's like, I can't believe this.
So like, what ace do you have in here that makes sense given pre-flop action, right? I mean,
Yeah.
ace jack, very very tough. There's an ace. There's two aces and a jack on the board.
Yeah.
Ace queen, obviously possible, but I expect him to 3-bet that hand as well. So, and he's like, oh,
Wow.
that makes sense.
Wow.
I just flat him pre. I'm so
Yeah,
locked in.
yeah. We
I'm so
do.
locked in.
He knows that, but we
You
do.
guys care about these page ups a lot, huh?
No, he's tight as fuck. That's why I'm flat.
Shit.
He's not tight, but he has one.
We just got robbed.
What? Hey, and I'm value betting river.
You should have gave him a full double.
No.
That's
we
what I
way
said,
too
Chris.
locked in for that big dog.
What did Chris say?
He's like, he should have given him a full double.
You wouldn't even got another dollar if the ace don't roll off anyway. You didn't play it better.
312 of y'all watching with us tonight. We got a pretty late night right now. It's 1:38 a.m. in Dallas, Texas. Wherever you're watching from, I'm sure it's either very early or very late. So, should be a great final table. Down to our final four. An unbelievable turn of events here. I mean, we had 9 bounties, of course, coming into this final table left to draw.
You have like 6
And they've drawn only $400 bounties, and
Unreal.
This is unbelievable.
And I think it's worth saying again, they made sure that at least before the tournament started, at least there was one $10,000 bounty definitely going to be
Yes,
at the final table.
That was something Justin Hammer there really wanted for this final table for the Mystery Bounty tournament, was that they wanted to guarantee a 10K bounty on the final table, which is very, very cool.
Yeah.
And the fact that the 25K bounty made it to the final table as well is
cool
great
too.
as well.
Yeah. Oh, we got Sydney, Australia checking in 4:30 in the afternoon.
Okay, so right in the middle.
Yeah.
Almost happy hour over there.
And you can still have
Maybe just getting off work.
First tag, you haven't been like opening everything. It don't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Either way, appreciate them tuning in, checking it out.
I know it sounds cliche.
That's the first one.
No, I know it sounds
Blinds is 75, 150, and 150. Hand number 65. Brittany is a machine. She did the second week in a row here.
I was like, no, let me make sure it just comes like to say shit. I'll probably throw a kick
I have no doubt she'll be rested up, ready to go for the main event here at the end of this event.
I guess while we're talking about some of these events, let's not discount the finger licker event. So it's actually, I think, on one of the main event days. The $25,000 guaranteed finger licker, $500 buy-in on Monday, September 4th. Everyone that gets entered in that event gets some free barbecue. How about that?
Hold on now, what? Free barbecue?
Yeah, take a look.
And what's the buy-in?
It's $500. I mean, if anything, it's a $500 barbecue. So.
Okay, good. If I'm playing, that's what it is. Did I tell you I made it to level 7? Well, I'm moving up. I'm moving up.
One level at a time, and
Well,
eventually you'll hit.
I
the final
jumped
table.
from level 5 to level 7, so that's 2 levels. Uh-oh.
Hey, Queens and the Kings four-handed. I lost 2 bets.
Apparently Lego has a list. All you can eat barbecue. Until you get knocked out, then you got.
Yeah, you only get access to the barbecue while you're in the tournament. The moment you get knocked out, you're cut off.
That's a good way to get me to be patient.
Actually, I don't. I'll check. If it is all you can eat. He's gonna go for some value here. Trying to target a jack or 8. Super tough for his opponent to have a king in the spot when he, check called flop. Very likely he has a 10 or jack, a 10 jack or 8. obviously very unlikely as a 10 with the second 10 coming aboard. So, you know, Chris is really trying to target a jack or an 8 in the spot here. So not really wanting to believe Chris, but I mean, I just don't know what you're beating here. And the only real bluffs would be like a queen, but a
makes
lot of
the
those
call.
queens would have an ace to go along with
I
it.
could not. I really had a plan.
Oh, wow. A nice hand there for Chris to get the max value. Getting, what, 3 streets of value with King 7.
Wow.
That time I
Is that a
decided.
dream about that?
Yeah, I'll take a look at this finger liquor here for y'all. So event number 21, the $500 no limit hold'em finger liquor with barbecue. 25,000 guaranteed, 30K starting stack. All players who participate in the tournament will be provided a free, that's right, a free barbecue buffet during the registration break, 6:15 to 6:45 p.m.
Oh, during the break.
So there's a barbecue break here. So there's 2 hours of play, a 15-minute break, 2 hours of play, and then a 30-minute all-you-can-eat barbecue break.
So I got to make it to the second break? What level is that? That's level in between level 8 and 9? Hell, I can't do that.
It's, I mean, just max late reg. So what you can do is just wait until level 8 and then enter.
You know how late reg I'm going to be? At level 10, I'm going to be at the Hard 8 barbecue. That's where I'm going to be. A lot cheaper. No, but it sounds like a great tournament. You know, a nice fun tournament. And
To end off the series, right?
yeah. Besides, I need to cut back on the barbecue anyway. I think JP was telling me earlier today, you need to leave the barbecue alone. I told him, you know, the fall's coming. I'm going to...
Leave the barbecue. I think that's all that man eats.
Well,
is
he's
barbecue.
well, he's telling me. He
Oh.
didn't say he. He said me. I need to leave the barbecue alone.
No, I know, but it's weird for him. It's weird coming from him. I think that's
you're right.
all he eats.
He comes in with all kinds of bread pudding. He comes in with all kinds of stuff, this guy. Jay's a good guy.
I think you kind of hit the nail on the head there, Lego, with that comment. It's hot and available, and
Yeah.
you know, not the best barbecue. It's good, not the best. You know,
You talk about Hard 8?
no, the guy that just
Oh,
goes
out here?
there, yeah.
Out here? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's hot. It's available. It's relatively, it's a decent price for how much food you get, and I mean, it's better than like Dickie's barbecue. I'd
Yeah.
say that.
55K in like 3 months.
I didn't. I never. I mean, Dickie's. It's okay.
It's okay. Yeah. It falls under the same okay category. Yeah.
But I had never been to Dickie's until I came out here, and I'm like, oh, I saw a couple of Dickie's places. Let me run in here and check this out. I'm like,
Then you realize it's a chain.
Okay, all right, I see.
Telling you, you got to check out Hutchins Barbecue sometime.
All right, Stu's going to call. He's got Jack 8 of spades here.
I became a coach too.
Derek, who's been, you know. So, do you think they all know? Because you got it written down, so we know which
Still got 5.6.
bounties are left. Do you think they all know
They have to know, right?
the exact ones?
They have to know. I mean, that's they keep track of it.
Wait. You covered. I mean, does it matter if I got you covered? Like 12.
Got people in the chat here asking. All right, Cadillac bar. Yes. No, it's funny you say that, Lego, because Adam Mitchell, the dealer, has mentioned that to me as well. But the only issue I've heard with Cadillac Barbecue is that it kind of has weird hours. Like, it's just like open for like they only open until they run out of their stock, so they have very limited stock.
I
Like
got you.
Hutchins, they're like always open. Or not always open. I think they're closing like Mondays or Tuesdays or something, but like they have a set time they're open. They just
I got you.
Damn, where'd you get 2 million from?
2 hours and 15 minutes. Down in the final 4, Derek. big money still at stake here.
Looking to Jack A, buddy, you better watch out, because I'm going to pose you. That's all I need to see.
I believe you. You got a lot of respect.
I don't know why. Kind of like shit.
Well, I mean, we gotta respect you, man. I like you playing everything.
It's great to get the 5Ks out of the picture now. We don't have to look at the 2 different white chips at the table. For those of y'all just now joining us, the chip denominations go as follows. The blues are worth 25K, the reds are worth 100K, and the
yellowish white.
yeah, the kind of yellow tints are worth 500,000. You know, it's funny. It's funny you say that too, Lego. We must have similar tastes, Lego. We got to go on a kind of like a foodie lunch or dinner outing. Because I don't like Heart 8 that much either. I'm not impressed with that. I like Hutchins a lot more.
Well, I do go to Heart 8's right down the street from right down the road from where I
in
live.
Frisco,
so,
yeah.
So I do, you know, I do like going there.
Banana pudding, I like that. The banana pudding chips.
Yeah,
That's a
I
great.
love banana pudding. My mom used
Me
to
too.
She used to make it all the time.
If you love banana pudding, you know what they have unlimited, just sitting in a tub at Hutchins. Banana pudding.
Unlimited?
It's just there, yeah.
I gotta go.
With the vanilla wafers on top.
That's what I'm trying to talk to you about. All right, let's see. Derek's going to hit the deuce.
This man can't be stopped, but
I'm telling you.
yeah, every entry into Hutchins gets you unlimited ice cream and banana pudding.
I like ice cream, but I got to leave that alone. But banana pudding, I just got to.
See, that's how I am with like I'm not much of a sweets person, but you put some Sour Patch Kids in front of me, I'll just keep eating those.
Wow, this is just unreal. Ace, King, Hearts, Derek.
Oh, and Peach Cobbler too. I forgot about that.
I like Peach Cobbler too. Stu's
Oh,
got
this
a
could
couple of
be-
8s here.
This could be it for Stu.
Yeah, well, I definitely see an all in here.
I mean, he is raising. Does all in pretty much accomplish the same thing? Yes. I mean, he's raising half his stack.
And there's the all in. There's the call.
And we have another big flip here. The Ace King suited against the pocket 8s. And I mean, Derek's been running pretty hot in these spots. I mean, I don't want to really kind of jinx Stu at all, but I mean, I don't really believe in that. But for those of you that do, I'm sorry. But I mean, he's been running pretty hot. Stu obviously has the advantage currently. Great
Well,
flop for the
8s
8s.
are still
What do we
good.
need? Heart?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, 2 hearts.
You have a heart. That helps
A
you
lot more outs.
Slow.
Wow.
And a heart. Oh, you.
Jeez.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Chances are.
And
Wow.
Derek chips up once again and collecting another bounty. Stu being a great sport as he is, giving everyone a fist bump.
Yeah. Stu's a good guy. Definitely a good guy.
You did all you could do, big
I like
dog.
talking to him.
Taking home a nice payday there of 18,300. We are now in the 20,000 plus range here. Third place guaranteed 24,740. Second place 38,300, and first place 53,680.
Yeah, when I met Stu, he used to play tournaments all the time,
All right,
and then he
Justin,
kind of
ready.
switched over to
I'm
playing
ready
a
to
lot of
sell.
cash.
I'm ready, baby. This the one.
So I'm glad to see him get back into
What's the
the
last
tournament
one?
scene
This is the one.
and do well.
400. Hey, bro, pull for
Stu
me.
is definitely,
There's no more white.
there's no accident Stu ended up at the final table here. Definitely a great player. Congratulations. Fourth, that's big money, 14,000. All right, let's see what he gets this time. Let's see what it is.
Very politely.
Please. Oh, man.
Oh, it's really blue this time. It's really blue this
It's
time.
blue.
It's really blue this time. Mama, we made it. Mama, we made
What is it?
My mama
It's the
and
blue
my
the
grandma
25K?
watching, man. Y'all keep it cool. I knew your bounty was gonna be worth a lot, buddy.
How much is
Pull it or what?
It's over
Hell
there.
yeah, I'm pulling it.
Alright, go ahead, go pull it.
Hell yeah, I'm pulling it.
That was cool that Stu stuck around and congratulate Derek.
He was gonna get.
Well, congratulations to Derek there. I think that is the biggest bounty.
Come on, baby.
There's a misclick inside there.
I ain't never drew a bounty this big, bro. This is first time in my poker career. Right?
Oh, so if it's blue, he gets to draw the remaining 2 big ones. So there's one 25K, one 10K. So
Okay.
that's that was Justin Hammer's way of making it so they could stop the action and then like get a good video.
I'm right-handed, so we gotta stick with it. We gotta stick with it.
So drawing a blue envelope gets you to draw one of the big bounties.
The gold envelope.
Can do it. That white. I told you.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, he said.
He got the 10,000.
Stay tuned, he says.
Hey,
he's-
but that's
he's
still
not
awesome.
done. I'm not done. Stay tuned. He is having a night to remember.
That was a nice wink there, Matt.
Hold the other one for me. Now we know.
Pulling
what that
10,000 there off of Stu's bounty.
Wow. A night to remember here for both of these young men. Both of those young men right there, very happy for tonight.
God, mystery bounty turns are so fun. I mean, you can't really beat the excitement in the tournament.
I said 5K, but
was. I'm joking.
we'll settle in between.
We can settle for that.
You know, if I was Brad, he's over there laughing, having a good time, I'd reach over and say, hey, I got the 50.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, Brad's like, you
Yeah,
can draw both
yeah,
the bounties,
yeah,
and I still
that's-
have more.
That's nice. Yeah, I got the 50. No, I'm just messing. Congratulations, both these guys. To everybody, man. Everybody's having a great time.
Chris has that sliver of hope still, like, okay, I can still draw the 25K.
Well, I mean, when Stu busted out, he climbed up the ladder. But, I mean, he would very much like to get an envelope.
Ryan Locke here saying, what was the buy-in, $600? Adrian Curry here saying he's the one that told Hammer to always have a big bounty at the final table in Houston. Well, I think he took that to heart, and
Well,
I mean,
there it
obviously, I'm good. I'm glad to hear that. Actually, hear
Yeah.
that. You know, our higher ups, you know, in PokerAtlas and the management team, you know, take all of y'all's considerations to heart. And you know, a lot of these changes, either we have to structures, buy-ins, levels, adding a 40-minute level to later in day 1 or early day 2, really comes from the player pool. So, you know, constantly keep suggesting, you know, reasonable ideas, and we'll definitely take them to heart.
Apparently, Lego didn't get a bounty. You know, Lego, this guy plays well all the time. And he's at the final table.
You keep doing what you're doing, you'll eventually
Yeah,
get to that spot. I believe it too.
So Derek hit the 3. Chris hit the 5. I mean, if I'm Chris, I got to think that as hot as this guy's running, he's got to have pocket 10s over there, right? Or 7, 8 of spades. Wonder how Lego feels about Stu getting busted out.
Well, you know, you can turn that $1,000 seed into Lego. A $300,000 score.
There you go.
That's worth more than all these bounties combined.
I talked to him earlier. He said he's got two chips. I guess he can use use one if he doesn't bag. Use the other one.
One pair.
Stu, never mind. Derek taking it down again. You know, it's like every time I turn to look at the screen.
He's
He's
raking in
scooping.
more pots.
He's got the envelopes. He's got the chips. And Chris here,
Hey, you about to leave or what?
44 blinds. Him and Brad are about dead even. But if you look at the table, it looks like
You know what I'm saying?
Brad and Derek against Chris. Chris all the way over to the right by himself.
We still ain't done. We still ain't done.
Brad's going to have a couple of deuces here. Three-handed, much, not too bad, right?
That's very distracting.
But he'll throw them away. Nothing on the flop for either player. Chris's king is still good here. Check and check. We'll go to the river. Bringing a club. And Chris will take it down. He's got to do a lot of that if he wants an envelope.
And there's not too many people in this area that have distinct East Coast accents.
Yeah.
And you and Chris are the guys that always come to mind. Did you hear that when he was like talking to Derek? He's like,
Yeah.
sure.
Well, he's from a little farther north than me. He's from New York.
No, but you could hear it.
Oh yeah.
Like anytime you bring up your accent, I also like, well, there's also Chris
Yeah.
too. Like they have the most distinct accents. Oh yeah, and I forgot to respond to that Lego. Yeah, absolutely, I'm totally down to do that, and you should come along too, Mitch. Maybe do this before like a final table stream on Saturday. We can go have like an early dinner or late lunch.
I'm up for that.
Go check out Cadillac.
I'm definitely up for that. I made Chris mad one day. I told him I thought he was like from New Jersey or something.
How much more we gotta get? Oh, y'all still got a little bit.
Hey, I'm walking here. I could, actually, I could hear that in Chris's voice. Hey, I'm walking here.
Yeah. Derek still continues to get good cards, and he's got position.
Almost kind of story on repeat here. I mean,
Yeah.
did someone knock the record player?
Well, here we go. Here we go. A lot of diamonds here, but Brad's are bigger.
Oh wow,
All
this
right,
could be
Chris is going to get in the mix here.
this could be an
They have
interesting
they have
hand
a
here.
6 card straight right there. All right, well, Chris hit the 9. A whole bunch of red cards here.
Everyone has red cards.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
and
flop.
flop is red cards.
Hey, I bet you the turn's gonna be a black card.
I would bet money that it was going to be a black card.
You need some odds though. I mean, because it's not a certainty.
But there it is.
Wow. It's like we can see the future, Mitch.
I'm telling you, we should. I'm surprised we don't make the final table more than we do.
But yeah, Chris still in the lead here, and that's a pretty good turn card there. Really only losing to an ace, obviously. Any threes, highly unlikely.
Check and a check. And a 7.
Another safe river card.
And another black card, too. We didn't say it, but I would have bet the black card was coming again, too.
Chris takes down another decent pot there, up to 8.1 million.
Well, there we go.
Slowly chipping away at the Titan there of chips that Derek has.
3 on the turn. Make it easy for him.
Lego saying, no, you need to get in line by 9 a.m. for Cadillac or you won't get any. Okay, well, I guess we're waking up early on Saturday.
Yeah.
Well, we'll figure it out. Lego.
Chris is starting to smile over there. Oh, here we go. Nice little shot at the room here. Starting to wind down. When I was in here earlier, oh, wow. It was just,
It's a full house.
it was packed.
I mean, this is still a decent number of tables here for 2 a.m. in the morning on a Monday.
This is packed in most poker rooms across the country. But it's winding down now.
I mean, a lot of poker rooms nowadays don't even stay open 24 hours just because they can't afford the additional costs to upkeep it. And obviously, we have so many players in this room that we're able to afford to stay open 24 hours.
Chris is starting to show some life here.
Continuing with his limping strategy from the small blind. Imagine he's doing this just because, Derek has shown the willingness to put in more chips with marginal holdings. And Chris wants to stay balanced with his strong hands and his weak hands by limping in against Derek. So he can have an opportunity to maybe limp jam against raises and stuff like that. Oh, no. This could be...
Well, Chris is going to hit the king, but Derek's got a couple of clubs. And, the way he's been running runner clubs.
Not runner clubs. I mean, just one runner, one run.
But that's what I'm saying. That's how good it's going to be for him, runner.
Oh, you see, it's going to go like club on the river and then ace of clubs on the other.
Well, probably jack of clubs, giving Chris 2 pair. But yeah, getting back to poker here in Texas, and mainly TCH. I come from the East Coast, and poker in Atlantic City is dying down. In Vegas, a couple of poker rooms are closing. But it's just getting started here in Texas. The TCH is ahead of everybody.
A click back here from Derek. Very rare 3-bet on the flop. And wow, look at this. A pair and a flush draw for Derek. This could be trouble for Derek. Giving him a little more confidence to continue with his hand here. I could see him go for an overbet here, maybe like 2 million, 2.2 million. And then in that spot, Derek might just, Chris might shove.
I mean, he's got to be concerned. He bet. He bet, and Chris raised.
And he re-raised, and Chris called.
And then Chris called, so he's got to be a little concerned.
Okay, so I was pretty close. I mean, pretty close to what I said. About 2.2 million, it looks like. Or a little bit more, maybe?
I mean, he can't be putting Chris on the flush draw. He's got the flush draw.
How big of a bet is that? Because I thought he was going to overbet the turn. He did overbet, but 1.8 million, and now Chris might shove here. I mean, what?
I mean, he's got to put Chris on the king, right?
If like a queen or a 4 comes on the river, I think Chris gets stacked here. Oh my God!
Wow!
Unbelievable.
I mean, Chris is a little cautious here.
No, he's in check call mode. Whatever Derek throws out there, he's calling. All the draws miss. It goes runner, 2 pair. You said runner,
yeah,
not the way we thought.
Yeah.
Oh my! He's like, what?
So Derek goes all in. Chris, in a situation he was in earlier, he was able to make the laydown.
I mean, you can't fold the king here, right? All the draws miss. I mean, 7-5 made a straight on the turn, but the flush. I mean, obviously the flush draws miss. Oh my God! But then again, how often is calling off with 1 pair in this big of a pot ever right? I mean, it's very rare.
Derek raised. Can he put him on the flush draw? He raised on the flop. Would he raised with a flush draw?
It's It's very possible. He could have
A flush draw and a pair. I mean,
he could have 2 pair on the flop, like 6-3. He could have a set. So I mean, there's still plenty of hands you lose to that would have done the same thing on the flop. Gonna go back to Derek here. Stoic. Brittany almost looks more stoic than Derek there. Back to Chris here. Really in a blender right now. Has no clubs in hand, so has one of the better combos of King Jack to make the call with. Would hate to have a hand like King Jack with the Jack of clubs. Let's hear from the chat now. What do y'all think? Do you think Chris is going to make the call? 1 for call, 2 for fold here. He knows if he makes the call here and he's wrong, that's it. But if he makes the call and is right, he'd be the chip leader and has a good chance to win the tournament. This hand deserves like a solid 5 to 6 minute tank.
Oh, yeah.
This is.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the money that's involved.
See some 2s in the chat. See a few 1s. Again, 1 for call, 2 for fold. What do y'all think?
We're getting a little bit of. Well, I've only seen 1-1.
See mainly folds right now. I do not envy the spot for Chris. This is.
I mean, you know, definitely. I mean, I'd love to be in this position someday. You know, the final table. And,
yes, I would love to be in the position where I'm on the final table. I hate the current spot that Chris is in right now.
You know, this is why we play the This is why we play the game
to get the spots like this.
For sure. This is what keeps us coming back.
I mean, this is what this is potentially like a $70,000 call, right? Yeah. The chip lead, first place, the extra bounties. So you have to think about it like that too.
And this is what makes people want to tell you bad beat stories or how, you know, great stories. And, you know, this is it. This is what people say. Yeah, I was here. I was doing this. Now I don't want to hear your bad beat story.
Chris looking over to Derek. Derek continuing to do the exact same thing as before, just shuffling chips, looking calm. You have to take into mind how Derek is running too.
I've been saying that all day. I mean, it's just unreal.
No one taking the dots. I guess go to the last couple of tables here.
All right, good night, Mitchell A. You don't want to.
Oh, it does make the call. Oh.
And
I had a feeling you made two.
I mean, it's.
I did.
Oh. I mean, it's
the
ones
loss.
have it.
And when he sees how he lost with runner, that's
brutal.
That's going to be the big part of the story when he tells it he hit runner.
I was still putting you on a river. I promise. Once I re-raise flop this turn.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I don't blame Chris for the call. It would have been for the chip lead.
Yeah, I saw 325 there, and you made it 500 something like that.
Yeah, I clicked him back.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that raise before.
And Lego's absolutely right. Another bounty draw, but let's not discount Chris's great play on this final table. GG's to Chris, fellow East Coaster for Mitch there, taking up a nice payday, I think about $22,000. 24,000.
24, almost $25,000. Unfortunately, he didn't get a bounty here on the final table.
He might have gotten one earlier today, but not on the final table.
But he played well, even with that last hand. You know, I mean,
how'd you not pull that last
he did make the call, but you know, he definitely. It was a tough one, and he didn't make it lightly. He gave it a lot of thought.
So, you know, another bounty there for Derek. And, you know, what I was just talking about earlier, we might see what I was just talking about, where Derek just, you know, has all those $400 bounties from earlier.
Yeah.
Could win first place for $54K. Already has the $10K and could get the remainder $30,000. So that'd be almost 100K score there.
Well, let's not forget about Brad.
Oh yeah, Brad has the 50K score.
He's got the 50K.
He already has first place money.
and he's got the 50K, and he's going to finish either first or second in the tournament.
Yeah, he has guaranteed 90,000 locked up.
So these two gentlemen, congratulations, hats off to both of these young men.
If it wouldn't be for Hammer, I wouldn't be worried.
Understandably, you understand clearly why these two gentlemen are smiling. They've had a very good, memorable day here at Texas Card House in Dallas, Texas. Hand number 78, 303 witnessed in this so far. Unreal.
Yeah, and absolutely right. Whoever wins this tournament is guaranteed the 25K bounty.
The money just keeps piling up for these guys.
Yeah, because you knock out the remaining bounty, and then the last bounty in tournament, that's yours. You keep your own bounty. So,
you know, if I were Brad or Derek, right now I'd say, hey, let's just agree tomorrow we go out to dinner with the wives or whatever. Just I would say we got to do that. Take the day off, whatever it is, go out.
Oh, they might not be that close though. You know, they're just.
Well, I mean, we don't have to. Just, you know, don't let it just end right here. One more night with the family, and then hey, congratulations, no congratulations, and then
All right, let's see in the chat. Who do you think is going to win this tournament here? I mean, we have an obvious answer in Derek, but we have any Brad fans in the chat? Derek with an overwhelming chip lead. Brad, with 26 big blinds, still a chance here.
I mean, early on, Brad was making noise, but he's been relatively quiet. Not getting out of line in any way, Just playing good, solid poker. Lego says he says they're not local. That still doesn't mean he can't go out to dinner tomorrow. Stick around one more day. All the money they just made tonight, stick around one more day. Well, I guess maybe they can't take their families out.
It was like right when I did it, I realized.
So Derek's from Houston and Brad's from Florida. Okay. Originally from Louisiana, so they could meet Mississippi somewhere, right? Halfway. Right. That's somebody pulling for Brad. I mean, and now they have the trophy out on the table. Derek, how can you sit there? I mean, both of them are having a great night, and now they have to sit there and try to play heads-up poker. Can they focus? Clearly, both of them have been in the zone throughout the day.
There we have it. Shot of the trophy for our eventual champion for this 500K guaranteed mystery bounty tournament.
Now, would you like to tell the folks a little bit about the trophy here while we got it on?
Yeah, I believe every iteration of this trophy has like a mini screen on the inside, and it tracks.
Yeah, the globe.
Yeah, it opens up.
Yeah, the top of the globe opens up,
and it has a little screen to show your chip stack for the entirety of the tournament. Because
it's like a small cell phone.
Yeah,
and they put in a tracking device of how you ran all through the tournament
from day one all the way to you winning.
Yeah, and you can watch and track it. I mean,
Oh wow, this could be it.
So Derek's hitting the queen, top pair with a good kicker. Brad's got a couple of clubs.
Yeah, with Brad's stack size here, any reasonable bet here from Derek, Brad just might shove. Has a flush draw, decent equity. Knows he has to, kind of ship it in there if he wants to get paid by any other hand. Does raise, and I think we're going to see an all-in in the call. We could see the end of the tournament right here. Derek kind of taking his time, like realizing this could be it.
He's going to make sure. He wants to make sure. He wants to do it, But he's going to give some time to think about it, make sure this is what he wants to do. And he'll just make the call, and we'll see a turn.
Giving him an opportunity to bluff here, and deuce of hearts. I mean, Brad can't go anywhere now, right? I mean,
Well, yeah, he's all in with a call.
Hold.
and this could be the tournament here. We have King
club.
Queen.
This sucks.
A club or it's over.
Come on, love. You've been doing me good all day.
Brad needs a club or it's over.
I promise I'm proud of that.
And that's the tournament. Wow.
5 of hearts on the river.
Can I give you a hug now?
Derek wants a hug.
Wow. And I mean, I don't blame him for wanting to give
Yeah.
Brittany a hug. He collected like 5 of the bounties on this final
I
table.
love y'all, Texas. I'll be back.
Congratulations.
I will be back.
The young man.
I told y'all I do this shit. Y'all remember me. I
Well,
do
there it
this
is. There it is.
Y'all thought I was talking shit Thursday, huh?
Apparently he's coming back,
They was
Derek.
busting me on Thursday like they
That was the last
they don't know, bro. Do this shit. We gonna be back for the main.
Coming
too.
back for the main. Well, there it is.
Congratulations to Brad. Wins the
We do
tournament
this
for
shit, bro.
over $50,000.
Derek won the tournament.
Ask about me.
Brad fish second.
Yeah, Derek winning the tournament here for over $50,000. Drew the 10K,
Wow.
guaranteed the 25K, and then obviously the last remaining $2,500 bounties. So collected over $40,000 in bounties plus the $50,000 score,
Happen to have it.
$98,000 total
Wow.
with his first place score and all the bounties.
Well, congratulations to that young man.
That is incredible. For $600 buy.
I mean, he was on fire. It was just crazy.
Well, that will be it, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in this
See if you can find
late
another
tournament.
over there.
It was
time
really, really
is it?
fun. It's 2 a.m. now. But it was a lot of fun, and hope to see you all very soon for the final tables
Main
of our main event, the 100K High Rollers, and should be a lot of fun. We'll be coming back to you live from Dallas, Texas this Tuesday for the cash game that's going to happen there. And of course, I will be wearing a something nicer for the final table of the
Main event,
Main
final
event,
table.